I'm back. So I did speak to my friend, and I told her that I wasn't gonna be able to make it, and for her to live chat me on Facebook because she asked me if I had a duo, and I don't have a duo. I don't, what it, I know I've heard of it, but I don't have that app on my phone. So I just saw a picture over on a group that I'm in, and the picture was a picture of two young ladies, and they were holding hands, looked like they were in a field of flowers. And from what I saw from the picture, it looks like they were best friends. And it kind of reminded me of a conversation that I wanted to have with you all on Hey Junji. It kind of reminded me of a conversation that I want to have with you all. Hey Tiger Lily, thank you for inspiring me for this discussion. So I was looking on the internet and I saw something and it spoke to me. Hey Rebel, I need to get with you, Rebel. I need to get with you. It reminded me of this topic that I want to talk about, and it was about um yourself today. Do you think that yourself today was the protector of your younger you? And when I say that, I know a lot of times we say that our younger selves actually shape who we are today. But I'm wondering the opposite. I'm wondering whether or not who I am today was I looking towards myself as my younger self and protecting myself from things that could have gotten out of hand. I know that sounds weird, right? But I think like that sometimes. Hey, Miss J, I do. And in a sense, to me, it makes a whole lot of sense. Like, you know, if you can foresee your life from how you was in the past, could you see you saying to yourself, like, girl, no, don't do that. You know, that shit gonna lead you to a long road to hell. Okay. Now how I do that? Let me see. There you go, babes. Hey, it's all hot air. I'm back. Yeah, I was gonna leave and not do another live because hey, Mr. Marcus, I was not gonna do another live simply because I was gonna go see my little niece off. Cause today is her prom day. And also at her prom, when they're getting ready and she's going off to the prom, I think tomorrow we're gonna be doing like her commitment, what school she's going to commit to. So I just asked them if they could please just I'm waiting for it to tell me if you click the link right there, Rebel. But I was just going to see, if they could, video chat me so I could see what she talking about. But have you all ever thought about it? Like, if you yourself today was leading your younger you, were you actually protecting yourself from dangers? Oh, there's my guess.
Hey, hey.
Okay, yeah, that's you, baby. I ain't got no little, fancy banner. I don't
You
want
know what?
nobody.
You sound like me because girl, somebody been embalmed me so quick.
Y'all be showing your little pings and stuff. But hey, Rebel, how are you?
Scarlett, I love when you have these conversations because it relates to me so much in my experiences. That's why when I reached out to you, I wanted to definitely come on, and just your upbringing, and what you're just saying right now about telling your younger self, is how different would life be if you could have avoided certain circumstances, situations.
Right. But have you ever looked at yourself from the past and said, oh, myself today was protecting me back then from doing that dumb shit right there? You see what I'm saying?
Scarlett, I'm telling you, when I was like 15, 16, I was around a lot of people drinking, underage teenagers. We would go to a apartment in the neighborhood, and there was one of my friends that come on YouTube in my chat sometimes. She's one of my best friends, but I told a story about her sister's boyfriend feeling on me when I was asleep. But I was at that apartment, and everybody would be drinking and high, and I woke up one day and was like, I got to get the hell out of here because I don't see this is not going to end well for me.
Mm-hmm.
Scarlett, I don't even like the taste of liquor like that now. So I
Me.
don't, it was just because it was free, it was available. I was doing what everyone else was doing. A lot of those people I was around are not here anymore or in prison.
Following the leader.
Yeah.
And you know what, Rebel? I had talked to one of my friends here on YouTube, and I was telling them that I can relate to a lot of the things that you talk about on your channel too, because I've always been there too.
Mm-hmm.
And what you just said, it was funny because I just had this conversation the other day. You know, we were talking the other day about underage drinking and how much fun it was. But
Yes.
then you get to a point where you feel like, nope. And for me personally, I myself, it only take me one time to fuck up and I leave it alone. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm gonna tell you, let me give y'all a story time. So it was me, four boys, and three girls. We all hung together, right? It wasn't no relationship stuff going on. We was just all friends. We all were friends. And on the weekend, we would all get together and we'll go over to somebody's house and they'll make what they call hunch punch. And it will be like all the fruits and the pineapples and the liquor and everything else. And it was okay, you know. But one day, I guess that it was so sweet and good. I just drunk and drank until I was just through. You know what them bitches did to me, Rebel?
What?
They dropped me off on my porch.
Uh-uh.
And from that point on, I knew that that wasn't for me. I couldn't do that no more.
You were going to, because you would have eventually burnt out. It's just, it's only one way to go when you're living like that as a younger person, because me and my friend that comes on, she and I talk about that, and I used to ask about people, and she'd tell me, well, he was killed, or he's doing life, and these were people that I was around hanging with, and I was still just, I knew who I was sexually, but I wasn't even doing anything. And just, I'm around them people, messing
Same
around,
thing.
people messing around, and, you know, children there, one of her sister had two little boys, and, it was just a recipe for disaster. But my aunts them came to that house, Scarlett. Baby, they came looking for me one day like the Jump Out Boys. They came, they were, baby, it was like four or five deep in one car. And they came over there in a little Toyota Tercel, jumped out, and they was like, my nephew here, where my nephew at? He needs to tell him to bring his A home. He don't need to be over here.
Hmm.
And I wasn't there. But when I came back, baby, my cover was, I had to get the hell up out of there because they was like, you bringing too much heat over here for us. You
And
need to
then
go.
you know they mama don't know what the hell going on while she at work.
Well, see, what happened was, and it's kind of similar. It is very similar to that because it was the grandmother's apartment, and my friend's sister was like about 22, 23. So she was staying at her grandmother's two-bedroom apartment. The grandmother was a live-in maid for this rich white couple. So the grandmother would never be there. She would never be there for like 3 weeks because she lived with the people she worked for.
Right.
So the sister would have us all over there, and she had got food stamps, and it was just we were like wild kids. We were wild, and she was the oldest, and there was a few older ones. They would buy the liquor that we would be drinking, and
Yep.
Scarlett, we would be drinking, baby, MD 2020, Cisco, just all the stuff that have me throwing up if I sip a cup full, a
Not
tap,
today. Not today.
Okay, yeah.
Not today. I can't do that. I told you, and then in my video the other day, I told you I think that when I turned like 34, it was a wrap. Like I might have a sip every now and again now, but I'm not a drinker. I can't do that. Yeah, honey, MD 2020 with them damn loopholes.
Baby, and the funny with the MD 2020, it had like kiwi, strawberry,
Yep,
grape, green apple, all. And baby, they would make that punch like you were saying. They would put it all in a big bowl. You don't know what the hell was all in there, but it was all cheap liquor.
yep.
So we would all be knocked out. And Scarlett, I'm like a margarita daiquiri drinker now. I don't even like. I don't like anything that tastes like it has a lot of alcohol in it.
Well, I think I'm the opposite. I can't drink mixed drinks, period. So if I'm gonna have a drink, I told you I like the tequila now. Me and the tequila is friends. And I could drink me some tequila with a little lime and I'm straight, but do I have hangover or sickness or no, I don't.
And Scarlett, I grew up in an environment that a lot of the grown-ups were dealing with alcohol problems. And my grandmother would have the beer, baby, she would have that I don't know if it was Bull or Old English, like a little 6-pack or a 12-pack. Baby, grandmother been and sipped and fell asleep. And me and my cousins would go and grab a can of beer and run on side of the house and start drinking it.
Look at Johnny Mac. He picking on us. You see that?
Would you look,
And I think the only reason why he ain't here today because I talked about his ass last night. But
But are
no,
you
not
still friends with some of those people from back then?
no.
Yeah, now what
I
were you
don't
gonna
speak.
say?
I don't talk to them. I mean, and it's nothing, no hard feelings or anything. And surprisingly, a lot of those people did go on and do successful things in their life. Now, I could tell, like I said, it was like 4 boys and 3 girls that all hung out. And I'll say out of those seven, I'll say that maybe two are not doing so good.
Mm,
Yeah, maybe two are not doing so good. I guess we had our feel of it and we were like, now it's time to become an adult. It's time to grow up. Oh
yeah.
yeah, Johnny Mac. Let me tell you, Johnny Mac. Hold on, Rebel. Give me a minute. So I was this is what I say I be doing, right? Chopper will go live and he'll have some friends they'll be on the telephone, but he'll be talking, on his live. So it's almost like you eavesdropping on the phone conversation because they're not on the screen, but you can hear them talking a little bit because they're on his phone. And he don't have it like programmed to where you can hear them clearly. So you kind of hear what they saying, but you really hear what he's saying. And last night, for whatever the reason, he was on Teresa's ass. And he was telling Teresa if she just washed the damn hair, it might grow a little bit. So
Oh,
I was like, well, Teresa ain't been doing good since Johnny Mac gave her them little days. He
he
told her,
told her 48 hours, Tracy. You got 48 hours.
And then the next thing I know, we seen a horn.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's all I said, Mr. Johnny Mac. I said you gave us a time. And next thing I know, we seen a horn.
Hmm. He exposed, the demonic entity that resides in
Hmm.
her was trying to escape.
Yeah. But
But
yeah, I had to go on and let them know like that Johnny Mac exposed that shit. We seen that it was a horn growing, and Chopper had nerve to say and it wasn't showing that she was a unicorn. Oh, you got
uh-uh,
that right.
not a black unicorn,
he said
baby.
he said she ain't no unicorn.
Oh, okay. Mm.
But no, Rebel, when I was listening to you the other day, and just so happened that when I had clicked on the I think it was 72 hours Tiger Lily. But when I clicked on your live, usually I catch you in the beginning or somewhere in the middle. But I seen that the people in the live was telling you that you needed to hang up the live. You need to hang up the live because they were saying that you didn't hang it up. So
Yes.
I had just went ahead and read about it to the beginning because I wanted to know what today's topic was. And my face lit up when you said you was over at Scarlett and she was talking about how she was as a child. And I
Um,
was just that way because I was the only girl. And I was okay, so it was a boy on both sides of my family, it was a boy in front of me as far as grandchildren are concerned. And
okay.
then it was me, the girl, the only girl on both sides. And on my dad's side, them the ones who created the monster because they allowed me to be me. I could say and do anything that I wanted to say and do. And like I said, I called my granddad on a heartbeat and say, Granddaddy, you need to bring me some Miller. And he gonna bring that Miller and them Funyuns. I might
Oh,
not get it that day. I might get it that Friday. Oh, thank you, Tyler. But that was the truth. And
how old were you?
at that time, I don't think that my brother was even born. And me and my brother are 5 years apart.
Okay.
So
So
I
you were
might and it be the little ponies. It be the Miller ponies. And I might drink one and then, the rest for everybody else. I don't want no more. And I don't know if I was drinking to get drunk, but it was just, I guess you'd be pushing your limits. As me as a child, I was pushing my limits.
look, Tiger Lily. I was climbing out of
Oh,
baby. I was climbing out of windows too.
no. Did you see me with the video I put up the other day when I was doing my story time?
And you were saying that. Wait, which one? Because I watched like three of your videos recently.
The one where I went to the club.
No, I didn't see that one.
So
Unless
I'm
I
sure
caught like
that
a
a lot
part
of
of it.
y'all probably didn't because the numbers ain't high. But I'm gonna tell you what happened, right? And the reason what made me tell this story time was because I felt like a lot of times when you be in your drunk, you might do something real embarrassing and you don't never want to admit the
Mm,
truth to the embarrassment. So you'll keep on going and going. And it was for lovely love. It was. Cause that shit had to be embarrassing. You telling this lady that she got a man answering her phone and the man say no English and you want to say he telling a damn lie. Like that be the first thing they say. No English. They don't know no other phrases. No English,
hmm.
bitch. No English. But what I
Okay.
was saying was that I had an embarrassing moment on alcohol. And where I got the whole idea and concept of it was the fact that I was on Facebook and they had this little thing and it was like tell us the most embarrassing time you have done something and we'll tell you what you were on. And it was so funny because when I put the story on Facebook, they were saying I was on meth, crack, cocaine.
Uh-uh.
I was like, bitch, I ain't never did none of that.
Okay.
ever. So basically, it was alcohol. It was alcohol. It was Grey Goose, to be honest. And what happened was, I went out and I went to a club near my grandmother's house, and my grandmother didn't have central air, so you had to put a fan in the window.
Oh yeah, I do. I saw some of this because you were talking about the box
I was talking
fans.
about it
Yeah,
on the live too.
yeah.
You had to put a fan in the window. And when I got to my grandmother's house, I was just so ready to just take the clothes off and lay down. So I, put the fan in the window, but I knocked the screen and the fan out the window.
Uh-uh.
So I had, looked down out the window, and instead of my dumb ass putting on some clothes and going out the door to get the fan and the screen,
And the grandfather. Okay, I remember this. Yeah.
I clammed out the window. So that's what Tiger Lily is talking about.
Oh yeah, I caught this. I caught part of that, and I was driving, I think, but yeah, that is
Don't wreck.
funny.
Don't wreck.
Okay.
Oh, did you come on with the puppy?
Yeah, I'm watching the pup. He ain't a puppy. He about 13 or 14 years old, but I've been watching him for some
But
days.
did you show him on? Did you show him to us?
No, not yet.
Okay,
He,
okay, I'm looking for that.
yeah, he's a little, but he was my dog before. This actually is the dog that me and my I got when I was with my ex.
Right, I remember you saying that.
So, and I let him keep him, and we were together maybe like 9 years ago. But no, yeah, it was longer than that because I got him when we were together. So it was about 12 or 13 years that we were together, and we were together for like 7 years. But I let him keep him, but he's so chill. He just walking around. But my new dog is like a puppy still, so he want to play with him, and he running up to him. And this one right here be like growling and chasing him off, and it be so funny, Scarlett, because
Cause he a baby.
he's like a grumpy old man now, and he
But
coming.
your other dog, what is it, a Kia?
No, my dog I have is named Kai, but he's an Australian cattle dog, and the other
Okay.
dog is a miniature schnauzer.
So he in the Australian cattle dog, he just wanna play. He a baby.
Yes, he want to play. And girl, in my washroom, I got to get a carpenter to come out because his little bad behind pushed the training pin to the wall, and he would bite the wall. So I have to get a carpenter to come out and paint and do the wall in several different places. So I be wanting to smother him with a pillow when he sleep. But I refrain from it. But it's hell. I don't want to ever get another puppy again. I'm adopting an adult dog.
Oh hell no. I see a lot of people say that they have issue with their dogs. I had, and you tripped me out the other day. Hey JLC, but you
Hey,
tripped me out
Jesse.
the other day when you was like, you had a dog that used to bite the crotch out of your clothes.
Yes.
I had a pit bull that used to bite the like out the crotch part out my booty shorts.
And he wouldn't bite, girl. When I would go to Target or Walmart and get like regular underwear that were like cheaper, strangely enough, he didn't mess with those cotton underwear that was like regular fabric. He would get the ones that were like poly, just like these special blend fabrics that I've ordered online or went to a specialty shop. He would get a hold to those. And these underwear was like 20, 25, $30, $40 a piece. But you're not chewing the ones I got three for $10.
And you know what, Rebel? That's so funny because a lot of people be talking about the mischievous things that their dogs do. Now you know that I have a 3 pound Yorkie, right?
Oh no, I knew you had a dog. I didn't know what kind it was.
Yeah, she's a 3 pound Yorkie. A lot of people talk about the things that they dogs do, like scratch up the carpet, bite the baseboards, tear up paper. Well, no, I can't say that because if I have a piece of paper on the floor, mainly like maybe like a napkin or something, and I go back. Yeah, got expensive taste, girl. I go back. Oh, she do that too. Oh, Tiger Lily. So I guess you can say she's mischievous, but she will rip up some paper. But other than that, I can pick the paper up. But damaging my home and doing all this other crazy stuff, no. But yeah, let me get out the shower and put my lotion on. She been on licked all that lotion off, licked all the lotion off my legs. I don't know what that's about.
I used to have an ex that would do that.
I
Kind of
had
miss.
one too.
Yeah.
Your stories about what you always say. You say that
Oh, intermittent celibacy.
yeah, you be selling a bit. Yeah, you be
You know
selling
what?
a bit. But that cracks me up because you can't have intermittent celibacy.
Charlotte, you listen, Scarlett. I sometimes you want to take a break. I must admit, though, I have my little Scooby snacks that be calling me, and they be wanting to come by because I want to see you now. You just want to see me, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning. That's all you want to do is
That's
come to
all
see me.
you want to see, right?
See, and baby grandma used to say, "Ain't nothing open but legs and motels at that time."
So
So
what are you looking for? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a guy that's older than me because I'm 27 to 35 years old. I want someone that's a little older, matured. Um,
No, wait, hold it.
Here we go.
June G,
What June G say?
girl, don't talk about that to me. Shit, her baby died last night.
Who?
She said my dog of 15 years died last night. Rest well, Bella. Rest well, Bella. Dang.
And people don't realize you get a connection with your pets like that. That's a long time to see something grow up, and you just
You they mama.
and they show you dogs show you unconditional love. They happy to see you. Could have been a just whoop they asses. They want to come and see you. They wag it. Just it's yeah. My heart goes out to anyone that
Yes,
loses their little
June.
fur baby. June G.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna give y'all the secret. I always give y'all the secret about me on my lives. And I said I wasn't gonna say anything about it because when I was gonna talk about it, something happened on YouTube. And I was like, these bitches ain't got no kind of coof. But I'm gonna tell
Okay.
y'all, I got Sophie on Valentine's Day in 2018. When I got Sophie on Valentine's Day on 2018, I had just got my new boobs because I had to get a double mastectomy because I had breast cancer. So I had got a double mastectomy, and on April 14th, 2018, I got my implants. Why the hell would you go buy me a Valentine's Day gift on the day where I done had surgery?
That you
And
can't get around hardly. It's hard for you to move. You in pain for a period of time.
I'm
Okay.
on these pain pills. I got drains. Oh child, Lord Jesus. But the only thing that me and Sophie could do was sleep. And that's why Sophie is so attached to me. Me and Sophie, we go to sleep. If I lay down, Sophie know it's time to go to sleep because that's how she came. When she came to me, she was a pound,
Oh,
but she was 12 weeks and she was only a pound. She was the runt. And I just fell in love with her. I did. And so last year in October, I started having seizures. So that's why I don't do the lives anymore. I don't do all the stuff that I used to do on YouTube because I don't want to be like that lady.
Because you know what, these people on in this sector of YouTube, they're like wolves looking for
Yeah.
something. The weakest person in the herd they go after. It's sad that we can't come on here and share things with
And we used
people.
to do that all the time. I've been following Sean Bradley for quite some time now. And Sean would get on YouTube and talk about any and everything. Actually, I was doing videos before I even knew anything about a Sean Bradley. And the thing to do was to use YouTube like a diary. That's why when
Hmm.
I come on, I say I'm finna vent. I'm finna tell y'all some of my business, right? But you have to kind of reel it in because you don't want nobody using it against you. And old Hank over there had the audacity to do a video talking about how I had implants because just dumb shit. Bitch, I survived cancer. What the fuck is you talking about, you musty bitch? Like,
Oh,
oh my God. I
you know,
ain't gonna put you in it. I ain't gonna put you in
let me tell you something. Tracy doxed me. She thought she doxed me. Scarlett, let me tell you, wrong apartments. She had two different apartments that was like they had Hispanic names. Girl, why the person that she doxed wasn't even black? And then it was like I was never that guarded coming on YouTube because just like you said, it was like I wanted to come on YouTube and have like kitchen table talk with
it.
people
Right. Ain't
and not
nothing
be
wrong with that. But they try
right.
to use it against you.
And the thing is, it's like people, it's like they want to find the worst things about you. Now, I will tell people I have family that's locked up in prison. I've never been the person to go to jail. I just don't. That's not my life. I have family members. Girl, I had an uncle that was selling dope in my grandmother's house when she be going to work. So I know about that life. I've been around it, but
And
I've
we
never.
all have, and so have they. So that's why I don't even mind them.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
and it's like you come on and I've never. It's two different types of YouTubers, I always say. And I remember hearing Sean say something very similar, which is there are those of us that came on YouTube, it was a hobby, it
Hmm.
was something to do. And then there are those that chase the coins.
And
Now,
that's weird to me too, because I've never seen nobody worry about nobody else's money until I seen how they do Pizarro. YouTube had never been a goal of mine to actually think that I was gonna be monetized and make no money. YouTube for me, when YouTube first came out, it was so simple to become monetized. But I wanted to come on and show y'all how to do your makeup and fashion. That's what I did. That's what I did.
right. And you didn't think of someone trying to go and pull up something that, pulling up a grade school picture of you when you had braces or just, it's like they're doing this. I come on and it's not me. I'm monetized. But sometimes, Scarlett, I even forget. Girl, I be forgetting to do my money. I forget sometimes to even make the video a money making video because it's just like, okay, if I make the money, and people don't realize you don't make a lot of money on YouTube like that. You have to do so many videos and so many times a day, and I just don't think it's worth it. You can make more money working at McDonald's.
Oh, I don't got no moderators in here. Hold on. Bye, bitch.
Who was girl? I'm on my phone and I'm not on the laptop anymore. Who was on here cutting up?
Now they was on here just spamming the chat. They wasn't
Oh,
saying
okay.
nothing bad. They was just spamming the chat.
But I was gonna tell you, okay, when we were talking earlier about the friends, one of my friends that I became friends with her because she used to date my uncle, the one that was selling dope out the grandmother house. He was like my big brother because we grew up
Look at me.
together, huh?
Okay, yeah, we're gonna always win, but can you please stop spamming my chat?
So my uncle was like my big brother. And he would meet girls, and I would become cool with the girls. So one girl I became real cool with, and we were friends. She's still part of my family because my family, some of the girls in my family are still really cool with her. But what we did back then, sneaking and drinking and cutting up, she's still doing the same thing now. And she has a daughter. She have a daughter that has a child, and it's like, wait, hold up. When you hanging around me, she like, I got some OE. Let's drink. Let's go ride. And I'm like, girl, I don't want to get pulled over for drinking no liquor like that. It was like
Mm-hmm.
she was doing too much still. So I had to back off. It's almost, but it just, I wanted her to have grown and matured, but it seemed like she just was stuck at this place of being 17.
Yep. A lot of people don't grow up. Miss New, I am blocking that fool. I got moderators, but I don't see none of them in here.
The
I'm
person that
still,
was spamming.
yeah, they keep coming back. I block it and they keep coming back. Mr.
mm,
Johnny Mack said, according to Tracy, I was a pedo teacher from Texas. I thought she had you mixed up with that other boy.
See, it's just, I'm like, when people do that, it's like, come on, y'all. Now, seriously, even with me, Scarlett, when this woman doxed me, did you not know I had such a long criminal background? I had took someone's life. I robbed someone at gunpoint.
And you
I
still free.
huh?
You still free.
Okay. And this was like before I was even 18. And the last one was like 3 years ago. And that, no, the 3 years ago, I think, was an aggravated robbery and assault. Before that, I took someone's life at 15 or 16, but I got away with it. I took someone, and then I had a drug case. They caught me with like some ounces of marijuana with that green. So I'm like, and people were in the chat. I could see when I went back and looked at it. They were like, I knew it was something about him. He must have got on a program to get in at the hospital. And I'm like, y'all are
What?
so stupid. Do you not know you couldn't work at the hospital in the capacity that I work with a background? You couldn't even get in. I don't even think our housekeeping could get in through the hospital with backgrounds because they,
Right.
we're a training hospital, so we're not going. They're not going to let people come there with any type of a background like that. But it was crazy that
They
people believe
ain't
the
believe
worst. You don't think so? That they just
her.
was it was
Cause
entertaining.
everybody used to her. She always get it wrong. Uh, every time she does somebody, it be wrong.
She was like, Rebel, the mug shots are coming up, Rebel. Keep on, Rebel. I said, please show the mug shots, please. Then she was like, we got in contact with your brother in Arkansas. And I'm like, Tracy, all my brothers stay in Houston. No one stays in Arkansas. But proceed,
You
carry
gonna
on.
need some family members.
Girl, she was, and I was like, I hope he rich. I mean, come on
Okay.
now. Girl, did you do Ancestry 23 and me and find them? I mean, what the hell? But yeah, so how did you grow up in Atlanta?
I did, but actually, my father was in the Coast Guards, and so we've lived some everywhere.
Okay. It's
I've
fun.
lived in Ketchikan, Alaska, Louisiana. I've lived some everywhere, but Ketchikan was his last stat. You know where he was stationed, and so that's where he retired out of the Coast Guards, and they stayed there. I ain't stayed there. I came back to the A.
Girl, listen, I can understand because listen, Alaska is beautiful, but it's those winters, the cold, the little summer months that they have are so brief. I stayed in Minneapolis, Minnesota for some years when I was a kid, but I hate winter like that. I do not like wearing snow boots, earmuffs, scarves, and just everything that you have to bundle up with. Everyone looks the same. And I don't ever, when I visit my friends that stay in up north, they'll be like, would you ever move here? No, people
Hell
don't
no.
get older and move to colder place. Baby, they get older and move to warmer
They go to
places.
Florida.
Yes.
But
So,
no, actually, Ketchikan is on the southeast Alaska. So if anything is irritating, you get used to going out without an umbrella because it rains all the time.
mm,
So you get to see some like where we lived at was mountains, and you have the mountains behind you and the ocean in front of you, and it was just one long path, and it was like 22 miles one way and 15 miles the other way.
you know what, my friend, this white guy that I was in a relationship with, he got a job. He was a computer, like an analyst, and he would help open companies up for businesses. I mean, their IT departments. So he told me, he would ask me, "Do you want to come here? Come to Atlanta?" And I was like, "Hell no!" But he um he would talk about when he would drive, and it would be some miles from different destinations, and he would talk about him seeing grizzly bears walking on side of the road. You see a
Yeah,
lot of wildlife.
one had came in our garage and opened up our deep freezer, and she was out there getting her children. She was getting her children our food,
Oh,
and you can't kill them.
girl, my
So
family
yeah,
member, she would have been extinct and hid. But yeah, it's a beautiful place because there are a lot of cruises that go to Alaska, and it's like
it's the
whale
first
watching.
stop.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place, but I didn't know what's like the black population. What's the percentage of blacks that live there?
It's very low, and the most percentage is like Southeast Asian.
Okay,
It's very
and
low.
like the native,
Yeah, like
people.
native people.
Because my friend, when he was telling me about it, he said there are different type of people. He said it's a different type of a person that's an Alaskan. Like, I don't know if he was saying they were like kind of countrymen, like backwoods country people, but I told him I would.
They're native, but when I moved there, I had them people buying back then. They had the hairstyle. They doing it today, but it was called like a crochet braids.
Mm-hmm.
I had them people that ordering hair getting crochet braids.
Because baby, okay, because I could see they didn't have many black beauty stores that you could
Right.
go to.
And we had got Walmart when I moved. And most of the town would be closed because it was the first stop on the cruise. And most of those stores would be like specialty stores for like, boutiques. So when cruise season start, that's when they open their stores so that you can, do shopping. Hey, Queen V Tut. But most of the time, UPS and all them other people stayed at our door because my mom had a shopping habit and so did I. So yeah.
Okay. I definitely would love to do an Alaskan cruise. Um, what about, as far as traveling, do you look to travel any place, a destination anytime soon?
Well, I can go anywhere in the world as far as what I do for a living. Hey,
Okay.
Heavy Bear. And so I've been to numerous places. But the one place that I wouldn't mind actually going to is Israel. I don't know why, but I want to go to Israel. That's been on my bucket list for quite some time now, and I just haven't made it. And I really wanted to go on a trip this year, but like I said before, I've been having my little health issues. So I've been trying to get that intact, and then I might start back traveling next year. But when the COVID struck, I think I went on like 5 trips that year. Egypt is
Okay.
yours. We went to Egypt when I was like 7. I've been to Seoul, Korea. Of course, I've been to London. I've been to Paris and Amsterdam. And I need to come back to London because I need to come back to go to 9 3/4. I think that's what it's called. Because I am a Harry Potter nerd.
Oh, okay. You preaching to the choir. I love baby. Yes, Harry Potter. I love sci-fi fantasy also. So
Yeah, so and then today I watched all of the Hobbits and all of the Lord of the Rings. I love those type of films. I am a huge fanatic when it comes to like Middle Earth, and when it comes to like the Vikings and the Danes against the Saxons. I am a huge nerd. So
I
yeah.
think I dated a hobbit before because he was like about 4'11". I called it a pocket gay. But he was so short, but he was surprisingly hung like a donkey. But
Oh, they usually are.
it's funny because I don't know if you knew this that I've started writing a sci-fi fantasy novel. Um, I grew up. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I grew up. Just I was a voracious reader. I reading for me was an escapism. So my grandmother had like the Encyclopedia
Yep.
Britannica.
Hmm.
Scarlet, I would go in there and get each
And
one.
pick up topic.
Yes, I would pick up like go to the car section or go to the horses or go to the different sections in the books, and
That's me.
I would read them. And this, I was a little kid, like about 6, 7, 8 years old, and I started drawing. And I used to draw, and I collected comics, Marvel comics, and I was very much, I was very much a geek kind of kid, and I was, just, going, writing and just reading and drawing was, you could be whoever you wanted to be. You could escape into a different world.
And you know what? Today, after I finished watching The Return of the Kings, I was like, I need to write me a I need to write me a series. I
And that's
do.
what, yeah. And that was the thing with me. It was inspirational for me to watch like The Hobbit, and I watched so many different types of sci-fi fantasies, and I could get the whole series of books and I would read them. And I read all the Hobbit books. I read all the like I am number 7. It was another series of books. I read that, and I just collected so many books and comics. And that's what, my grandfather, when I was a little kid, he bought me my first comics, and I was no turning back. I was like 7. I was about 7 or 8, and he got the comics, and I was just reading. Every time I was here, I'd be like, Daddy, because I called him Daddy. I wasn't saying Daddy, but you know how in black families you
Yeah,
get these.
did.
Yeah, and I'm like, Daddy, I want some comic. Daddy, give me some book. And he would always come and bring me comics, and I just The Hobbit and all those Middle Earth books. It's like when I read them, it's like
You
I
go
go into
off
my
into
own
that land.
I go into my own world, Scarlet. I don't want to be talking to no one. I just when I've taken flights places or
Me too,
car
girl.
trips with the family, I would just read them, and I could read a novel in probably like 2 days.
And that was the thing my mother if we didn't learn anything from my mom, we learned that you can escape inside a book. And I'm surprised that I really don't have that library anymore because I used to read all the time. Like JLC said, she read all the Zanes. I did too. And one of my favorite series is Be More Careful. I love, oh God. And Mary Morrison, child.
And see, I read a lot of the E. Lynn Harris books. I read the James Earl Hardy. I
Yeah, my
read
mom.
as a young gay person, I didn't have many people I could relate to. So when I started reading the E. Lynn Harris and just the James Earl Hardy, I ate those books up and I would just be anxiously awaiting for the next book, and just
I
those were my guides. They guided me.
I like those two. Tiger Lily. You know what? I wasn't an actual comic person, unless you call the Archies.
Archie and Veronica.
I
Uh,
still buy Betty and Veronica's, the Archies. I still buy those. I probably don't read every last one of them. And Sabrina. And it surprised me when they did the Sabrina on Netflix. It
Sabrina
is,
the Teenage Witch.
yep.
Yeah, I used to love that show. Just did you watch Charmed?
I watched Charm. That was my show. I watched every last one of them. But my favorite show on TV was I can't even think of the name of it right now. I have a few favorite shows. If I can go and look at all the series, I would. Like Monk. I would look at Monk over and over. But what was the show where she saw the dead people?
Was it
She
the Black
was working
Woman?
with the detective. She was solving the crimes, working with the detective.
Was it a Black
Dang,
Woman?
no, she was white.
Oh, okay. She was a. I think she had dark hair.
No, she was a blonde.
Okay, I'm trying to think who was that.
Dang it. And she had two little girls. Oh man, it was her husband. I cannot think of the name of that show.
Did you watch the Vampire Diaries?
The medium.
Medium. Okay, I
Yes,
remember.
yes.
I remember that show vaguely, but yeah, I know what you're
That was
talking
a
about.
good show. So those, I get wrapped up in those. And then of course they came out with reality TV and that just fucked it up.
Like, okay, Bad Girls Club, and just yeah.
That just messed it up for me. So I haven't had a TV subscription in a while. So what I do is I actually choose what I want to watch, and I just do it like that. Cause I had started feeling like you wasting a lot of money on cable TV and you don't even look at
Mm.
TV.
Scarlett, I got rid of cable simply because I had I think it was Comcast,
Yep.
and I had to, but it was so expensive. And then I would be just like you're saying. I was like, I don't even watch HBO Max that much, I wasn't watching. I would have those main shows. So what I did was got Sling TV. I got Sling TV and I have Netflix, so I could watch anything that I want to watch now.
Yeah, it's the witches and vampires for me too. And that Coven, because I would never watch American Horror Story. But
That was
when
my
they
favorite
did
one.
Coven, baby, I
Coven
can
wasn't
watch
no joke.
Coven season. I can watch that over and over.
Did
But
you not? Did you watch the Vampire Diaries or the originals?
I didn't watch those. No.
Yeah, they were pretty good too. Yeah, I
So
there's a
now we
show.
got Queen B Tut in chat. Let me ask you a question about my love, my heart. If I could have married him, I would have. But what you think about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard?
You asking me?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought you was Queen Vitet something, but
cause she
I
called
think
me and cussed me out today because I had her going down the rabbit hole.
Amber Heard to me is full of it. Uh, I think that she has aggressive tendencies, and she got to the point where, and I haven't delved deep into it, but it was like she doesn't want people talking about certain things, and she, from what Johnny Depp was saying, that she made him miss out. They took him from Pirates of the Caribbean. He
I
lost
hate
a lot
her.
of, huh?
I hate her.
He took her. He lost a lot of money
Yeah.
behind her accusations.
And when I started hearing about it, I was like, damn, is she in the damn beef cell?
Okay.
Cause damn, you first of all, y'all recording each other,
Oh,
and then you take a dump on his side of the bed, and then
a dump.
when I was listening to that, right, I'm thinking like on his side of the bed on the floor. No, on his side of the bed on the fucking bed, you take a dump.
Girl, are
And
you a
I'm like,
dog that's
bitch, you
not
need to
house
sleep in
trained? What?
that bed too.
Who does that? To me is a whole different level of crazy as hell. Mm-mm.
Hey, Truth Slayer.
Hey,
Oh
truth.
yeah, we talked about it on Truth Slayer channel the other day. We was talking about the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp situation. And of course we went down the rabbit hole because we started comparing it to what these people be doing in the beef sector, like recording phone conversation, keeping text messages to use at a later date.
And
But the
you know what? I was just gonna add this, Scarlett. When you say that, who goes into a friendship with people on YouTube and you automatically start take? I don't. Me being cool with you, Scarlett. I don't ever
me
think
too.
I need to record our conversations because I know we're gonna fall out one
We're
day.
gonna
So I
fall
need to
out one
keep.
day. And
Why
that's what
do,
I was
do you fall
saying.
out with every damn body?
That's what I was saying. I was saying I always go into relationships with open arms. When I go into relationships, I want to go into a relationship and feel like we might be friends forever. Now, when I say
Right.
friends forever, I might not talk to you for some years, but when we reconnect, we still cool.
It's like you never lost a step with them
But these people,
because
child, I be like, what in the hell are they on?
they always like you're saying, I go into a relationship with a friend with open arms, sometimes open legs. But I think that you be cool with people, and I don't anticipate us falling out because
I don't.
Scarlett, I have 20-year friendships. I have for people I've been friends with since I was a kid. So I
Yes.
don't look at it like it's gonna be a just a seasonal friendship.
Do you know that I lost contact with the person who I was friend? I guess you could say we were best friends. I lost contact with them. We was in first grade together. I lost contact with them. In ninth grade, she ended up transferring to our district. And we became friends again. And I haven't lost contact with her since. Then in sixth grade, I had met another girl that she was a twin. And me and her, we've been friends since sixth grade. For my birthday, she called, asked me what I was doing. We talk every day. Every morning I get up and when she texts me good morning, I text her good morning. We've been friends for years. So that says a whole lot about people who cannot maintain friendships. And they go into these relationships with people with ulterior motives. Like they got to have something to hold back. So when
Yes.
they fall out, they can present it to YouTube.
And that's the craziest thing because again, I just don't. If someone did something, I'm like this. If I've been your friend and you do me dirty like this, I will back the hell away from you.
We can
But
never talk again.
yeah,
I
because I
wouldn't
just don't
trust you.
trust you.
I wouldn't trust you. We
Yeah.
you I, and then I look at things like that as mental instability. Like it's something mentally going on with you, and you need to go and speak to your therapist about it because that's not normal. That's really weird.
Yeah. It's definitely, and it's just, I don't know. Do you think it's like, okay, I met people that were like from up north, and it seemed like my family, I have family still stay in Minneapolis, but it's like, do you think Southern people and Northern people handle friendships differently? Or do you think it's an upbringing that may have been different? Because,
I think
Southern
it's
people,
I think it has a lot to do with upbringing. I think that people in the North can get along with people just as well as people in the South. And in a sense, I'm gonna kind of blame it on social media because in the past we didn't have this type of outlet. Now you might have to beat a bitch ass because you found out she was talking behind your back to
That part.
y'all mutual friends in the neighborhood, but she wasn't putting this shit out to everybody in the world. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that, like, with me, my friends that are from up north are cool people. I think that Southerners have this tendency sometimes to try to be so sweet and sugary and polite that it can come across as fake, because you're being polite just because you're a Southern person. Look at Paula Dean, girl. She was calling us the N word
Ooh.
in the kitchen, but she'll be like,
Eh,
"Hey, baby, how you
hey,
doing? You want some sweet
baby.
potato pie?" You know. But again, I guess it's the upbringing, because I was raised. You walk into a room, you speak. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Just I was raised with those types of, values, morals. But I think that sometimes I think there are a lot of people in this sector of YouTube that have a undiagnosed mental disorders.
That's what I'm saying. Mental instability. But another thing that I feel like me and you have in common also, Rebel, is the fact that we
We
grew
like a
up
man
with
is
family.
hung, huh?
Not about peeing,
Oh,
God.
okay. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, what you were
But
gonna
we
say?
grew up with family. So, and when I say we grew up with family, is the fact that my grandmother on my and it's mainly my father's side of the family. But on my father's side of the family, he had seven brothers and sisters, and they all end up having children, and we were all first cousins, and that was the meeting place, my grandmother's house. So
Mm-hmm.
at one point, it could be like 15 damn little children in the
Yeah.
house running around, and we knew how to play with one another. We knew how to play, and I ain't talking about hide and go get either. But in the evening, when the sun was going down, we would be out in the yard playing 1, 2, 3 red light and Mother May I and the
Yes,
Redhead
freeze tag.
Devil.
You play freeze tag, and you climbing trees, racing in the street.
Right.
Yeah, I did.
So it kind of give you a sense of knowing how to relate to people. Was
Yes,
I always a good girl? Hell no, because I was a brat and I knew how to get up under people's skin. I'm one of those I, I want to say I can antagonize people, but I don't know how you say it. I'm an antagonizer.
you're an antagonist.
Yes, I'm an antagonist, and I know how to get up under people's skin. And I learned that because instead of kicking my cousin's ass, I would just fuck with them real, real bad. I fuck with them real, real bad the way they want to fight me, and that give me a reason to beat them up.
With my little cousins, I remember like pinching or hitting them, and they start crying real, and they know they ass wasn't hurt like that. They be like, ah! And I be like, I'm sorry. Okay, wait, I'm gonna give you some candy. I'm sorry. Okay, go. Girl, I I used to be like getting in trouble all the time, and but it was a lot. My grandmother had three sisters, but those three sisters had like 7 and 9 kids, and we would go to the country for the summertime, and it would be a house full of kids. We'd be out there playing. My grandmother had peach tree, plum tree, pear
Yeah.
tree, pecan. She had a garden. So we did a lot of stuff outside. Now I think the parents was trying to ship. I thought we was indentured servants because they ship our ass there in the summertime. And I used to be like, I don't want to go, baby. They had free time, send us all
Yep.
down there, and we were around. And it was like we were around second and third cousins. You
Yep.
knew it was like my great grandmother's, their sisters' kids would come over. You knew all of your family.
Yeah. And my grandmother, her sister lived right around the corner. So all her damn 10 children will be coming around now with their children and we'll play with their children. So yeah, I think that's what we have in common. And it kind of give you an idea on how to relate to people. And I have met people that it was just the mother, the father, and their siblings. And I feel like them the people that be having the issues.
Do they
But
have
we
that kind
have
of
to
coach
welcome
issue?
Andrea to the panel.
Hey, Andrea.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good.
I just don't think some people know how to be friends, period. Okay. I don't care if it's on YouTube. I don't care if it's in real life. They just don't know how to be friends. And it's just one thing to say is if you get mad with somebody and you keep text messages and you keep recordings, it just says something about your character and you have a character flaws. I'm
Yeah,
just saying because that's just me.
I
So
agree.
and so I'm just saying when you started if you're gonna I don't my friends don't record me. We don't record each other. So if I had a friend that did record me, we could never be friends again.
We wouldn't
Because
talk no more.
right. It's
no more.
you feel violated.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel violated because when you record something or take a picture of me, or even when me and my friends go on vacation, we got three rules. Sure, don't put no camera in my damn face. Don't film anything that I don't want to film because I think you're violating my privacy. And
yeah.
when you start putting things out there from Mad Day, it's some people I'm not no longer friends with, but I don't really care because I don't give a damn. I'm not a friend with, but I'm not gonna go tell people business.
It's
Right.
like that's a friend of me. It's almost like that person a friend of me of yours because if I'm cool with Scarlett, why the hell am I keeping things to just say I'm gonna have a little more power than her? So when she
Right.
pissed me off, I'm gonna have more leverage.
Yep.
No, it's just to me, it's just a house of cards.
And for me, that never crossed my mind. So they gonna always have one up on me because I ain't gonna record you for what?
Right. It's like, why am I? Because it's so disingenuous. I don't become your friend and think, okay, you're gonna do something that's gonna just like Andrea was saying, those people, that's a character flaw.
That's a
People that do
character.
that, they have a revolving door. And even on YouTube, you gotta be careful of people that always recycle a bunch of moderators. If they always fall out, girl, you got 9 moderators, you done lost 8 of them.
Mm.
Why is it never working out with you and people? And this is just that whole thing translates over to everyday life. Some people don't have friends outside of YouTube because they're so toxic.
Yeah. And when
I believe you, Johnny.
and my thing is this my thing. It's a character flaw in that person. If you hold text messages, if you hold, I'm just saying it's a character flaw. Text messages, emails, recordings. Because to me, what kind of friend are you then? So you was recording me the whole time. You didn't even tell me. So that just says something about I'm good. You ain't been a good friend.
And they gotta buy a device to do that, right?
What you say?
Or they gotta get some type of app online, like from an app store. Yeah, it's too much.
It's
Yeah,
too much.
don't why? I shouldn't be friends with you then. I don't feel that's too much energy that I'm just putting into that direction. I'd
Yeah.
rather not.
And
And
then
then if you feel that way, then you shouldn't want to be my friend if you feel like in the long run, this person gonna double cross me.
yep,
You shouldn't want to be my friend, period. Just
yep.
say, I don't think this gonna work out. So you just go your way and I
You go
go
your way. This is my thing. You go your way, I go my way. And as long as this is my thing, that's how I feel about this. I'll keep it 100. As long as you don't, as long as you leave me alone and you don't say shit what I said, I won't say shit you said. I'm good with that.
right.
Yeah, but you throw a shot at
And
me.
then that's the
You throw a
thing. It
shot at
gotta
me.
be. I
It
know
might
ain't
be
nobody on the phone just talking, and we on the telephone having a conversation, and I'm like, oh, child, I can't stand that motherfucking Andrea. She get on my fucking nerves, and it's a two-sided conversation, so you gotta be saying something,
thank
and
you.
if not, then the person who's being recorded is dumb as fuck because why they not engaging in the conversation?
You
They
know what?
recording you. They recording you.
Yep.
Scarlett, y'all, I've met people, and it always is a red flag to me when a person is telling me all their friends' business
Mm-hmm.
because I automatically feel I'm gonna be on the other end one day
Yep.
with you. I mean, I say that I'm not saying we're gonna fall out, but I see your character. You
Mm-hmm.
talk about everyone. You just met me. You're telling me about your friends negative things, and you've known me for a couple of weeks.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna. No, I will back the hell away from that because I know that's problematic for me.
Like
Yeah.
I said, when I came from the hospital, my phone stay on do not disturb because people disturb my damn peace. Okay, so my phone stay on do not disturb. Now you got to get to me because I'm not gonna answer your phone because I just don't. I'm not that interested. It's like all this drama, all this stuff is going on. And y'all ain't got real life kids to take care of, people to feed, work to do, jobs.
Well, I
Yeah.
gotta just take care of Sophie. That's it. But
Okay, that's your fur baby, baby. But I think that there's some people when they get on YouTube, they become something other than what they are in their real life. People could get on and be like, I'm a doctor now, or I I have this type of house I live in, or I'm living, but it's all a character that they've created.
and okay, so let me speak to DMV. Hey, babes. But let me tell you how YouTube used to be.
Okay.
YouTube used to be a place where people can come on and create whatever profile that they want to be, right?
Uh-huh.
And I don't think that anybody had an issue with it because I used to look at YouTube as creating your own reality show. We know a
Mhm.
lot of these reality shows are not real, and we know that a lot of people jump into character and be people who they're not going to be because they're creating content for their audience. But I think that it just gotten out of hand. It
I
has.
think they turn it on more. It may be who they are, I think, Scarlett, but I think they put it on level
Yeah, I
10.
do.
Well, don't you think it's got out of hand when you dox the wrong person, when you say that them? I'm like, huh? What? Really? I
I'm
mean,
telling you, y'all, I was sitting up and I was showing my friends and my brother and sister. I said, y'all, look at what this woman on YouTube put up. And I showed coworkers. I said, can you believe people can be this stupid and they believe it? And I'm telling like my director at work, because he's a friend of mine. And I'm like, this lady actually said that I had all these criminal offenses. And he burst out laughing because this man has known me like 15 years. So it's like when people put this out, I'm like, that's someone else's life. It's not mine. If it was mine, I would own up to it. But everybody doesn't have all of us, excuse me, all of us haven't been in and out of prison. But
thank
if
you.
I tell you I have family that have, that's them, not me.
And why do everybody think everybody got?
Ugh.
Why do everybody think just because you were on YouTube, you think everybody got a criminal past? Everybody got you can embarrass them. Only thing you can embarrass me is I filed bankruptcy almost 20 years ago. I'm not ashamed of that.
But that's
Okay.
not embarrassing. And most of the
Right.
things that people do in life are just life things. And
Yes.
that's why I always come on here and I kind of share parts, bits and pieces of my life because, like I said in the other video, okay, none of y'all tell me y'all ain't never had to put a box fan in the fucking window. And I don't give a fuck about you talking about, oh, they had to put a bitch, y'all. I mean, look, I come from an era where the TV went off. And before the
Yes.
TV went off, they played the national anthem and the TV went the fuck off. So life has evolved since I was growing up and a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So nowadays I can't move nowhere without no central air heating
Yeah.
because that's what I've become accustomed to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm just giving y'all life things. And the things that they try and bring on here about other people, no, your crime may not be as severe. And then again, you might have not gotten caught
That's
doing
it.
the things that these people that got caught. Does
Mm-hmm.
that make them a dumb criminal? No. They was just off their game that day.
And
Mm-hmm.
you know what? Even just when people, my background, I always tell people my mother was a single mother for a lot of my childhood. She left my stepfather in Minneapolis, and he was a good man. He took me on as his son. But my mother wanted to be with her family here
Right.
in Texas,
Mhm.
Houston. So she came back here. He was in love and didn't want to let my mom go, but my mom was a fire baby. My mother was a firecracker. And but I had tough times as a kid sometimes.
Mhm.
I would have never saw myself living, where I stay at now or being able to go to other countries. But things happen. You get obstacles sometimes. And,
Mhm.
when we go to our family cemetery, because my great great grandparents donated land to their church. So all of my ancestors are buried at this cemetery. That's where we're all going to be buried. But it's like going there and knowing that what people went through. Some of these people grew up post right after slavery, or they were the children of slaves. And just going there, it always keeps me grounded. My family had property. We have a lake on some of my family's property. If people don't know what my past is unless I tell them. And
Yeah.
if I'm telling you, my mother battled with alcoholism for years. I'm telling you this because I'm coming on and I'm sharing that with you. There's nothing that you're finding out
Mhm.
because you dox me. It's just me freely telling you. I'm not embarrassed of that because it made me who I
It
am.
made you who you are.
It
And
might it might
Rebel,
help somebody along the way too.
Rebel, I think we related. But
See,
no,
okay?
okay. So my grandmother, she died She died in March this year. She would have been 90 on October 1st.
Oh,
And
my
so
condolences.
um we end up like maybe 4 years ago. She asked me if I would take her back to her home church, and across the street is the cemetery. And so she was like, I just want to come down here and clean off the plot because the guy who usually clean off this land, he's been sick. So if you could come and help me, pull some weeds
And
and
that's what
stuff
we
like
do too.
that,
Yes.
I appreciate it. So I said, okay, I'll come. And we went to the church. And so my grandmother was showing me all the headstones. And I took pictures of these headstones and I put them on my Facebook page. And
I
she
did
was
something like
like,
that.
this is my mother's mother. And
Mm.
so when I was looking at it, and it was like she was born 18 something something, and she died in 19 something something. And I was like, "Ooh, wow." Then her mother, it was like her mother was born in 1906. And I was like, God, this is a lot of history.
And you see that this is 100 years of
Mhm.
history. Just
Mm-hmm.
people living in segregation time, the children of slaves.
Yep.
Just even seeing that, because we go to my family cemetery and we clean it out sometimes. We got someone that's a distant family member that goes there and keeps it up.
Yeah.
And because in our black families, you have it's people you have your cousins, you don't even know how y'all are cousins. And so, this one cousin of mine, she's like the historian.
It used to
And
be in the Bible.
baby, you go there and I'll be like, well, who is this? I'll be asking my aunts, okay, who is this? Was this grandma so and so sister? Or no, that was your great great aunt so and so. That's what Lily Mae. Lily Mae was our aunt. It was like you see people born in the late 1800s.
Yep. And so we took her back down there on April 2nd. And so a lot of my family members who attended, they didn't know, like, because some of them was like, why is she coming way here? Because it's in the country. And they like, why is she coming way down here? And I was like, well, her mother's buried right there. That's her daddy grave next to her mother. And then this is her grandmother right here, and these are her siblings. And and they were like, wow, I didn't know we had this much history. And I was like,
Hmm.
you gotta talk to the people. It used to be in the Bible, but I don't think people do that anymore
Mm.
because they got a Bible app. I wanted to do it, let you put your family tree on the app.
Okay, babe, I don't. You can do anything nowadays with modern technology. Um, just even You know, when we go there, it's in this town that my family were like the founders. They were there when the town practically started because my family have streets in this town with our last names on some of the streets. But it's definitely when I go there and see, you know, my grandmother, great grandfather, they worked hard they got a bunch of property, they had land with livestock. They These were people that pulled themselves up from their bootstraps and
Yeah.
made a living.
Well,
Okay, so we've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. And so I'm gonna ask the two of you 5 questions, and I want to see how y'all gonna respond. So
okay.
Rebel, we've talked about you sell a bit. You know, you always sell a bit, a little bit, sell a bit. You sell a little bit every now and
You
then.
know what? Look, they already saying I'm a hoe on here, so I just, you know.
Yeah, yeah, you sell a bit. So if let me ask you this first. Do you ever want to get married?
I I'm I'm kind of like on the fence with it because I think with us as gay people, we we've rushed to go get married so quick and we have such high divorce rates because we're not prepared for it yet. Like y'all have had hundreds of years of preparing. Gay people just are not ready for that. I feel a lot of times it's something that's so new to us. So I'm on the fence with it. I do want to have a partner. I am a person that would love to be in love again.
But Rebel, for the most part, I see that your relationships kind of outlast monogamous relationships.
I think that I go into it. I'm a free spirit. When I meet guys, let me tell you, I don't say this much, but I've been with guys in relationships. If we want to play with somebody, we would invite them in sometimes. And I had been with people, but I've had strict relationships that it was me and that one person. But the person I was with for 6 7 years, that's what our relationship sometimes, if we want to have a little fun, we did it. And it worked for us. And I knew people that were in those types of relationships and they didn't even know they were in those types of relationships because they were, you know, they were not aware that their partner was doing everything he wanted to do or they was doing everything they wanted to do.
Sneaking
But
and freaking.
baby, but I'm a person that listen, I'm open for the type of relationship you want to be in, you know, and I think I've gotten an older person. I'm more, you know, I've learned and evolved,
So you're settled.
settled as far as where I'm at.
Yeah, you're settled for who you are today.
I'm happy with who I've become. Yes.
Okay. So Andrea, would you ever remarry?
Mm, mm. Oh God. Would I ever remarry? Yes, I want to be remarried, but it's got to be the right person.
Okay, so stay right there.
Okay.
So Rebel, if you right now today you came across someone, what would be your idea of the perfect person?
The perfect person would be someone with a sense of humor, someone that's open to travel, someone that can talk about anything. Um, and, you know, I just think that I don't want to be with someone and it's like I'm on a business date. I want someone that has a sense of humor. I like people that make me laugh because I'm a prankster and I
Me
play
too.
and I laugh and I love, you know, laughter keeps you young.
Andrea.
I want somebody that can get my sense of humor. I want somebody who can, be a team player. I don't want to be have the care. I want us to be working together, building together. I want to travel. I want somebody who say, I love to travel. So if you can't travel, I can't be with you.
And you know that's been like one of the worst things with me as far as relationships are concerned. If I say I'm going to Brazil this week, and they be like, okay, then have fun. It just throws me because uh-uh.
What
No,
about
I want you to say I want to go too. When you going? What we
Yeah,
gonna do? How we gonna do it?
yeah. Because
what you
in my first marriage, when I was married to my ex husband, we didn't travel. I wanted to travel before we had kids. He wanted to have kids, and I went on cruises after I got a divorce. I went on cruises. I went to Jamaica. I went to Atlanta. I did all the traveling, but the last day of the cruise, I always feel a little sad because I feel like, man,
You wanted someone to go with you,
yes, yes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I had my girlfriends. We
but
was
you
all
want to have your guy.
yeah, but it was the last day of the cruise. I always feel a little sad. I was like, damn, it'd be so nice to have my significant other, my boyfriend, But my ex-husband, I'm glad he didn't go on a vacation with me because he would do a vacation. We'd be arguing. So I'm glad that he didn't go, but I just felt sad on the last days of the cruise because I only do 7-day cruises and because I didn't have somebody with me. But I had my girls, but it just feeling sad not somebody who I'm in
let me
love.
ask you, can I Scarlett, are you single right now?
At the moment, yes.
You know what? This is the fear of mine that I have. I don't know if you both share this, but I feel that we have to be careful of being single so long that you don't know how to be back in a relationship. And
Yeah.
I'm so accustomed to doing stuff when I want to do it that I've become kind of selfish.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I feel that way.
So listen, guys, I'm a Facebooker. I love to Facebook, right?
Mhm.
I do
And
too.
so they have this little dating thing on Facebook. So you can, do a little profile and you can meet people on Facebook under the dating section
Mhm.
on Facebook. And I always get these guys on here and they look okay, but then you look at whatever they put as their, profile, like they may be like, I'm 49,
Mhm.
I'm self-employed,
Mhm.
and
What
that's
the hell does
it.
self-employed mean? What the hell
And
does that
see, I
mean?
stay away from that.
That means you have your own business. You're
Yeah, you
self-employed.
got your own business, but I mean, like, and I
Mhm.
guess you could find out if you communicate with that person. But that's so scary to me
Oh,
because,
really?
a lot of people who say they self-employed, they could be like, they ain't got no job and they ain't got
Girl,
no real income.
Okay,
girl, okay, they could be selling cupcakes
maybe,
out their trunk of their car. No.
maybe I'm different because my dad, my ex-husband, my brother, they're all self-employed. They all go to a job every day. So I know what a self-employed means and what it looks like.
And trust me, Andrea, I've dated people that were self-employed. I've dated contractors.
Uh-huh.
I've dated guys who were mechanics. I've
Okay.
dated guys who had lawn care services.
But
But
that's a broad statement, Scarlett, when they say that, because that could be they can cover all those people you're
thank
saying
you,
are
Vita.
making they making money. But if you say you self-employed, that may be some ninja that's been sleeping on somebody's couch and they are hustling out there on the street, barely making anything. But I'm
And then,
self-employed.
like, even with those type people, they are always waiting on a job. So they might get a great job this day and have a good income from that one job.
Mhm.
And then they might get little small jobs here and there, and it doesn't actually add up. So I don't think I'm interested in that.
But you want stability. That's
I
not
want
stability.
stability. That's not stable enough for me. And
Okay, but can I ask a question? Because I'm just a little different. Can I ask a little question?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, because I know plenty of self-employed people and they go to a job every day. Um so
Yeah.
the question I ask is like how long they been self-employed? Because my dad been self-employed almost ever since he's 73 years old and still self-employed and still go to the job every day. So I'm just asking, it depends on the
But
person.
Andrea, okay, so this is my point.
Okay.
And I get what you're saying. Your father, he had made a great job out of his self-employed
Yes.
endeavor.
Yes.
So I have a friend. He's a contractor, and he bad. I'm talking about like You saying you need a carpenter to come over there and fix Kai's issues or whatever, and he would probably be the person you need to call, because I've seen him actually do um I I seen him do this guy's family room area, and he wanted it to be all mahogany wood, and he wanted it to be to where his TV was actually framed in on the wall.
Mhm.
And I mean, he did a great job, crown molding, all of that.
Mhm.
But the next week he might not have that job to do, and he seen that that was an issue, because he ended up actually being he ended up actually having to go and get another job and just doing maintenance work for an apartment complex,
Uh-huh. Okay.
because those jobs aren't always a guaranteed income. But you best believe
Mm-mm.
that's like being an Uber driver. You know what, that made
But
me
okay,
think.
okay, so I get that, but when you're self-employed, I'm speaking from facts. When and then I have watched my ex-husband, my brother, them. When you're self-employed, they work their asses off in the summer because come and they save that money because come from the wintertime, the work gonna get slow. So what they do is they work their asses off in the summertime because they know summertime is hot and stuff. And so in the wintertime, when it start raining and stuff, they have that money saved up for the winter time. So that's how my
That's
dad
true.
and that's
But
how
But
my
just
okay, and like Queen V Tut said, on free dating apps, it's different. Cause
Mhm.
self-employed could equal drug dealer, and
True,
self-employed could
okay.
equal Uber driver, and
true.
self-employed could equal DoorDash.
Thank you.
Oh, that part. So how are we gonna build something together if your income is so up and
Up
down? To
and
me,
down.
yeah.
I'm self-employed too.
I mean, okay, so listen, I'm not driving right now.
Okay.
So what I did when I was driving, I got me an SUV, and I had got a did Amazon.
Mhm.
And when I first started doing Amazon, I was having a real good time, until one day I went down the wrong road. You know that street, you know that movie Wrong Turn. Well, I had made
Okay.
a wrong turn one time, and that canceled my self-employment endeavor. So no. Yeah, I'm self-employed. Can I borrow your shit?
See that you, but you know what? I had a family member that he went into landscaping and he ended up opening a chain of plant nurseries when I was a kid. But everyone's that's self-employed don't have that story.
See
And you
what
know,
Queen V Tut said? If you self-employed, why not say something like a carpenter, a bricklayer, or
Yeah.
I own my own truck? Now, see, I
yes.
get a lot of those guys that be, and I will say that I like that.
Mhm.
Because okay, so what, I don't never go and look to see for guys that I think I like.
Mhm.
I want to be approached. I don't know why. It's just the old fashioned
Do you
bitch.
have a type though, Scarlett? Do you have, I was gonna ask both of you ladies, do y'all have a particular type that you
You want to know
want?
what I'm looking for?
What's that?
I'm looking for someone who wants to travel. And trust me, if I have to have it, I got it. I got
Well, what
all
about
this.
physical? Physical. Is there a physical
I'm
thing?
gonna
What
tell
is
you what I want. Okay, I want someone who is at least, I'll take a 5'11", a 6 foot, because I'm 5'4". So actually I'm 5'3", but I'm
okay,
5'3".
y'all always give y'all something extra.
Yeah, I'm 5'3". So I really would love to date someone who is at least 5'11". I don't want nobody 2 feet taller than me. I want somebody who could pick me up and toss me around a little bit. Um, I love me a chocolate man. I don't know why. I just do. I love me a chocolate man.
Would you be open to dating another race?
I have in the past. I've dated a guy from Brazil, and when he would get mad, he would speak to me in Portuguese.
But Brazilians can sometimes have some type of an Afro. Uh, heritage,
And you know what? No, he was actually, of that descent. The
like
line of
Portuguese, like Spanish,
Yeah,
like
he was
descent.
like a
Okay.
Portuguese Spanish person.
Okay.
Okay, but I have dated a Afrocentric Cuban,
Okay.
and he spoke English. I mean, he spoke Spanish, and his parents they were from Cuba, and they told me the story about how they came to the United States on the banana boat,
Oh.
and he was very violent. So
Mm.
no, I
Oh.
don't have an issue
Mm-mm.
with dating outside my race. I remember when I was younger, my mother used to be a registered nurse, and she worked at our teaching hospital here in Atlanta, and she had her charge nurse. She was of the Caucasian persuasion, and one day they thought it would be a great idea to get me and her son Kyle married.
Oh God. You were
And
in
Kyle was a
arranged marriage.
bitch.
What you
He was
say?
what?
Kyle was a bitch. Wait a minute, Queen V Tut.
I saw that Queen Vita be going in.
This mug say I'm 4'11". Okay,
Andrea, would you
Queen.
date another race?
I have dated Puerto Rican. I have dated white. I have dated Jamaican. I have. I
But when
just
y'all say Jamaican and Puerto Rican, y'all come on now, y'all. When I say another race, I mean like Asian,
the Jamaican
white.
guy I was dating, he looked white. Okay, so
Okay.
he looked white. He had green eyes, and so yes, and the white dude I dated I dated a Puerto Rican guy for like a year. Jamaican dude 4 years until he got deported.
But physically, y'all, because I know Scarlett, you said you want taller. Andrea, you're pretty tall though. You're like 5'8", right?
No, no, I'm not. I'm just 5'5". That's it. It's some
Okay.
heels. I'm 5'2" without some heels. No, I want my man to. I want him to be a little taller than me. That's it. I want him to maybe pick me up. Okay, that's it. But look, if I lost like 60 pounds. So if I feel like I'm working out on myself, I want my man to work on myself. But if you got a little belly, it's all good.
Now I could deal with some belly,
Yeah.
but I don't. You can't be super fat. I
Thank you.
can't.
Oh hell no! You can't be huffing and puffing like you can't. We can't be.
And then y'all look. Okay, so the reason why I'm asking y'all these things is because I was gonna start a segment on my channel where I actually show y'all some of the guys that feel like they are attracted to me and they want to talk to me, right?
Okay.
And it just be so funny to me the people that be approaching me because I just I be like now how in the fuck did you see me? You saw that profile picture of me? Now what the fuck make you think we mixed together? See, we got to look good together.
Thank you.
And that's the thing. You have to be. Let me tell you, some gay men are very superficial a lot of times, and I've gotten past. Listen, I have to be attracted to you, but you
Yes.
don't have to be an Adonis. I have to be attracted. I can't grow to be attracted to you. You know the physical thing. I want someone taller. I'm 5'7". I want someone taller than me. I don't, color doesn't matter. I prefer black because we have a similar cultural history.
Yeah,
I
I
would
don't want to
prefer.
always have to explain to you why I'm so hood.
Okay.
Right. Okay, that part. Or your hair texture. I love your hair texture.
No.
Just uh-uh.
Yeah, I don't want to explain why I'm wearing a weave. Okay, I don't want to explain that to you.
But how
No,
much? Oh,
but
look at GL Marcus said, now how much belly?
and see, that's my thing, Mr. Marcus. Like, okay, so listen. Um, I, no, I can't do it. See, we can't bump titties together.
Thank you.
No, I'm like Sean. I don't want no titties on my back, baby. Look, you can have a little titty meat, but look, I'm a size C right now, so You can't have no bigger titties than me, then I'm be jealous. And then you gonna have to go and get me some bigger implants so I can stick them up in here. And
Mm-mm.
I
If
and
you
I
can't.
will be the last person to talk about belly fat because honestly, before I had my double mastectomy, I was actually in a H. I was in a H.
Mm.
And I did not have a clue I had no goddamn stomach until they cut them bitches off. When they cut off my breast and I looked down and seen all that belly fat,
Mhm.
I was like, oh Lord, bitch, you got a belly. No wonder, no, see, I'm gonna tell y'all something. When you look in the mirror,
Mhm.
what you see is really not what you see.
When you put
I'm
those
just
clothes
kidding.
on.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, y'all. Look, I feel like at this point in my life, I'm at the perfect size, and I've always been this size. I've never actually been outside of a. I think the biggest size clothing that I have ever bought was like a 16, and they falling off me right now. So I think I'm at a perfect size. So, but still, I don't want no guy who gonna be having bigger titties than me. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
me neither. I need your chest to be, I can rub on it clear, not fat. Okay, nah.
Y'all, when I met this guy, and this was some years ago. He was sitting in the car, and I was leaving the club in the parking lot, and he was like, "Hey, what's up, Shorty?" I was like, "Who the hell is he talking to?" And he's like, "Shorty,
So
what's up, Shorty?"
how tall are you, Rebel?
I'm 5'7".
Okay.
Okay.
So I walk up to the car, and I was like, "Excuse me?" He's like, he started conversation. Y'all, when this boy got out this car, why I thought I was looking at Tim Norman.
Ooh,
Why do
Ooh,
you have child from Sweetie Pies, her son with them
yeah, I
hips?
just
I was
the
thought
like,
big
the
hips with the big
yeah,
hips.
yes. I was
Ooh.
like, honey, if you threw your wig on, you would be a bad bitch. But I was like, no, I don't want a man that's shaped like a woman.
girl, cause
No,
Tim
I
got
Yes,
them
don't want you
hips,
to have
baby.
hips. I don't
yes.
Tim
want you to
got
put a
them
body. I
hips.
don't want what you say.
Tim got them hips.
So
Baby Tim
do.
got hips and tits. I don't want you to put a body dress on and you be shaped like an hourglass.
Mm-mm.
No,
No.
no. And even, with height, I've dated a pocket gay before. And I a, a pocket gay, he was about 4'11", 14. He was almost a little person. But
He was a
I
hot.
baby, I prefer someone taller than me. I do, or you could be my height.
Yes.
Um, but y'all, even as a younger person, I had issues with color
Mm.
because it was my family planted a negative seed in my mind about dark skin because they would always say, get out the sun, you're gonna get dark, you better not get black, you're gonna get black out there. And it made me think that black was bad.
Mm.
You got to be careful of what you cultivate in your children's
Yeah, you do.
minds. But the one I was with for 6 or 7 years was dark. I learned that beauty came in all shades, and
It does.
I could see beauty in a lot of different types of guys. But I did think that, you telling me to stay out the sun, you're gonna get black. You didn't got so dark. And I used to be like, well, what's wrong with being dark? It was a negative connotation that they had made me have with that.
Okay, so I got a confession, dear. Damn it. I love a high yellow brother. I love him. I love a high yellow brother. Okay.
Was your
But
ex-husband high yellow?
no, he's not. He's not. He is my complexion. But my children, my daughter is high yellow. My son is a little light too. But because my daddy is Creole, and my brother is albino, so it came out, and that's why I got a couple of them in the family. So I just love a high yellow brother. But I didn't like dating dark skinned men, like Michael Jordan complexion. They was
Baby,
never.
I date me an old purple black dude if he attractive,
Oh. And Rebel, you're right when you said that about the sun thing. I think the reason why it wasn't never like a stigma in my household because my mother She was so dark and her skin was so beautiful. And my dad was so yellow. I tell y'all about my dad. I think I have told y'all about my dad's side of the family, but my dad's dad was half white and half black. So that made all his children look like they was half white and half black.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So my mom, I guess she liked them high yellow too. And that's why you got them little paper sack brown babies. But my brother, he ended up taking my mother's complexion. My baby sister, she's a tad bit lighter than me. And I'm like, they always just say, you got the most beautiful complexion. Your paper sack brown skin is just so beautiful. See, I'm one of them people you couldn't have told me. You can't keep instilling that in me because
Mhm.
they're gonna stick with me until the day
Mm-hmm.
end of my days. And ain't damn bitch got shit on me. I'm bad with it. I'm sorry.
You preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got that a lot as a kid. And it just made me bad because I be talking about the other children's child. I was horrible as a kid.
And you know this the ex of mine that I was with though, the dark skin. He used to be like he used to try to call me yellow, and I used to be like, no. I said it's funny when darker black people date somebody that's lighter than them. They want to call us all red, but
Nah, baby, I'm
yeah,
paper
like you.
fat brown, boo.
I used and my friends laugh because I'd be like, I'm a caramel peanut butter paper sack brown. That's what my color
Yes.
is. And they'd be like, bitch, you got to have all those descriptive words. Peanut butter, caramel, paper sack, brown. That's the color I am. But I would be saying it just in fun, but I was very self aware
Mhm.
Of
about
color.
color at a young age
I
because,
was.
again, they put that in my head. And the older I got, when I had girlfriends like in junior high school, I dated like light girls and yeah, I was fast as hell. So yes, in elementary, but when I started having brown skinned girlfriends that were dark and I thought they were beautiful.
I
But
got a light skinned girl, look like Michael Jackson. Got a dark girl, look
okay,
like
but the
Michael
color
Jackson.
thing is my one. I think Janet Jackson is a beautiful woman, and she wasn't high yellow or anything, but it was in my mind because I had cousins that were real dark, y'all. This cousin of mine, she used to put bleach in her water because she had such.
Uh-uh.
Yes,
Oh
she put
wow.
bleach in her water because most of her siblings, her mother was like a red woman, but she found the darkest black man she could find. She had kids and the girls had color issues because they had my cousins and a lot of my family was like light brown or yellow. They felt less than because they were darker. And the older black people sometimes we do have that colorist thing in our family
Yeah.
that is unspoken.
Now Queen said that my dad always talked about she said my dad always talked about being in the sun, but my mom is darker than me. And it's something I don't know what it is, but a lot of times you could just about tell, like, because I noticed that my dad, he always going for little chocolate girls. He loves them to death. Oh, thank you, Lady Lee. We having a good time over here just talking, shooting it.
My
We'll talk about everything over here, girl.
well, I was at we lived in Stockton, California, and my friend seen us in Home Depot. Okay, and my dad is albino and Creole, and so my friend was like, "That's not your daddy." I was like, "That's my daddy," and they was like, "He look white," and I was like, okay, but that's my dad," and that's the first time I ever had anybody experience that people are telling me that's not my dad because
Oh, Tiger Lily have a great that is so true. What she said about the dad's family were in their feelings. My family from Louisiana, the older family, it was that whole thing of it was like their thing was to be lighter than the next gen. They wanted each following generation to be light, almost as if they were trying to get us to be like white people. And but it backfired because some of the light skinned girls usually go for dark
They
skinned guys.
do.
True.
And then I'm gonna tell y'all how bad I was as a child. My brother, he looks just like my mother. He's her complexion, and actually he looks just my mother and her brother. They look just alike because they took after their father, who was their complexion, and they all look alike. And when we was little, my brother used to say, he used to call me names, and I used to call him a black ass, and we used to we always had our go to. And then when you get older, you want your black ass.
Okay.
So yeah. So I asked y'all 3 questions so far, and they all on dating. And so Rebel, you got us into the what we looking for and stuff like that. Would you date, because I spoke about the self-employment, would you date
Hell
someone that,
no.
okay, well shit.
But let me say, if he was self employed and his self employed business was definitely bringing him an income that was made him have a sustainable life, not barely living, but thriving, that's different. If he was a truck driver or he had a business that made money, but otherwise that's a hobby. That shouldn't be your main job. Baby, go get you a job at a warehouse and
He
still
might have
do
well
your
been
hobby.
on YouTube, huh?
Okay. You can have a hobby, but when that hobby starts making more money than your regular job, okay. But if it's not, no.
Would I
I'm
date?
good.
Would I date a self-employed man? Yes, I would, because I know I know the business. I watched. I got my brothers. They're all the carpenters, and my ex-husband one too. Been in the business almost 20 years. They make a good living. He on vacation most of the time now, anyway. So they make a good living. So I'm not afraid to date somebody who's self-employed.
So Rebel, let me ask you this. So you said that once the hobby start making more money than the regular income, then he could go off to that.
Yes.
So do you have any hobbies that you like?
I like drawing. I like to write. Um, I like painting. I'm into my hobbies are more mostly art forms.
So if you are a drawer and a painter, are you more of a landscape or portrait type?
I'm more of a portrait, but I've done both because when
Wait a
when
minute. Queen B Tut, these people, I don't know if they paying their taxes or
oh
not, but on
I know my
YouTube you get
ex-husband
a
and my daddy pay taxes
1099.
all the time. My daddy's tax lady talk to him all the time because they got to keep their books right. So I know for a fact they pay a
yeah,
tax.
but you know what? My neighbor is a carpenter. That's why I say if it's more lucrative than your regular job, my neighbor across the street from me he was a carpenter. He learned how building houses. He started his own building houses company. He was a contractor with different companies, and hell, his house is valued at 700,000. So he makes money. He's hired people. He so he's self-employed. Now I could be with someone like that, but if you making somebody a picnic table every now and then, no. Uh-uh. You done did some lawn chairs and you said I'm self-employed. No.
And okay, so y'all know I'm on my second marriage right now. And at the time when I met my second husband, I actually was dating another guy who was self-employed. It was the guy that I was talking about who was a contractor, and he can do just about anything with a house, and he's great at painting. He can paint. Like if you need some walls or whatever painted in your house, call him because he's gonna edge it up real good, and he's gonna make your house look fantastic if you're doing a renovation. But I realized that he didn't have any type of 401k, and I just felt like that wasn't the route for me because we're gonna be retiring soon, and
That's
if
what
you're
Queen
not
V Tut is
filing,
saying.
yeah, if you're not filing taxes, how are you gonna get any type of social security? And I'm gonna tell y'all what's gonna end up happening to whoever he married or whatever. My friend, her mother was, went to work every day, and her daddy, he was a street person. He was out in the street making money. Now, when he was young and in his heyday, baby, he was bringing in the bread. And I believe that's why my friend mama was married to him, because she always had the furs and the diamonds and all of that. But when they got up in age and older, he was drawing off her social security.
Mm-hmm.
And that was cutting in her social security check. You think I want to be? I need all mine because I worked all these years for me to get up to
Mm-hmm.
this social security. And I'm thinking when I get a social security check, if they don't cut the system off, I should be getting a real good salary every month. I think I could probably live off my social security all month without having to goddamn start no beefs on YouTube in order for me to get some super chats.
Or else I said I would be an older person and I start like a OnlyFans,
Yeah, I'm gonna be a hoe.
for people looking for geriatrics.
I'm gonna be a hoe.
Okay.
If it ain't, I'm gonna tell y'all, if it ain't one profession out there, you could sell some days.
Baby, okay. But you have to, when people have, with self-employed people that aren't filing, their taxes, and they're, again, one family member, he does landscaping, but he didn't open a chain of nurseries. My older uncle did, and he eventually sold them. But this other family member, he does day laborer stuff. He does landscaping. But my fear is you're getting older. You're not going to want to be a
You ain't gonna
75-year-old
do
man,
that.
right, out there in the sun cutting grass and pulling up mulch and all. No, that's you're gonna have, it's gonna be a harder, your body is not gonna be able to recoup at that age like you're doing now.
I know my grandfather, when he told me this, he said when I was 19, I went and got a job at Delta Airlines. No, he said when he was 19, he went and got a job at Eastern Airlines. And when they closed down, he transferred over to Delta. So he had worked from 19 years old all the way up until he was like 68. And so that's when he retired. He retired with his Delta pension, his Social Security, and his 401k. So
Mhm.
he was able to actually live a comfortable life. But my granddaddy didn't want to sit down. Child, my granddaddy had a old pickup truck. He'll drive around and get scrap metal. And I was like, Granddaddy, why you do that? You have such a good income. And he said, it just give me something to do every day. That's what kind of man I'm looking for.
And my daddy is retiring this year, but
Ooh,
when my mother died, we thought he was going to retire before she died, but when she died, he went back to work. He was like, I can't sit at home not do anything. And so he retiring this year, and he sold a house and he moving into a senior citizen place because the house is too big, and he's like, this ain't worth it. And so he make enough money that he got retirement, he got a 401k, he did all that when he being self employed. And so I seen it happen. So it's not, I'm not scared of that because I'm self employed my own self. So I seen how he did
so
it. So
you seen the blueprint.
yes, I seen the blueprint. And so I see my ex-husband's self-employed. He go on vacation, he got retirement. I seen the blueprint. You can do it. It just gotta be disciplined to do it. And so
Hmm.
I'm not afraid.
Wait a minute, y'all. Please read Vita.
I see what V Tut said.
And they
I,
all file taxes, okay? They all do their taxes. So I don't know nobody who's self-employed don't do their taxes. The people I know are self-employed. They all do their taxes there and thrive in businesses. And so I seen a blueprint. So that doesn't scare me. What scares me is somebody ain't gonna be somebody I'm not compatible with. Somebody that get on my damn nerves. That's what scares me. Shoot. And
look,
I
What you know? So okay, y'all. What about this? What's the oldest? What's the oldest you would date, Scarlett?
I think 55.
Uh,
Andrea?
how old are you, Scarlett?
48.
Okay, I say 50,
How old are you?
47.
The reason why I said
I'm
55
27 to
because
35.
You lying, but okay.
I can't stay. Honey, this motherfucker here, he been 19 all his
Okay.
life.
Okay, look, baby. I don't have birthdays. I just have celebrations. You know, just that's it.
But I said that I've dated people like 5 years younger than me. Actually, my husband is 5 years younger than me. So I think that he's still out there. And then so I dated somebody who was at the most, I think the oldest age that I dated somebody was, I think they were probably like maybe 8 or 9 years older than me.
That's
And
what I
one
was going
day,
to ask. What's not to say you're a particular age, but will you date someone that's 10 years older or 10 years younger?
I dated
I
somebody.
won't date anybody younger because I think that the generation before me, they don't understand me.
I dated somebody who I dated. I like younger guys, and I know it's wrong, but I do.
Okay, wait. So y'all, you know what, Scarlett? Let me tell you about Andrea. She like younger, she like yellow bone, and she like thugs.
No, I
See,
don't. No,
All the stuff that mama tell you to run away
the
from.
run
That's
the
what she
fuck
be.
away from.
Okay.
look. At the end of the day, my guys that I date, they got good jobs. Okay, they got good jobs, got 401k. They just a little rough around the edges. What's wrong with that? They working. They got jobs.
Y'all, let me tell you something. I dated this man. I went out with him. He was about 20 years older. Nice body. He was a retired fireman. Baby, when he came out them clothes, I thought a little baby possum was sitting between his legs. What the hell? Where did all this gray hair come? I was like, now your beard, why your beard is jet black, but your
He been
cute.
dying. He been Beijing and
Okay.
that shit.
See, I said, hell no, I can't do this.
He need the Beijing down there too.
Okay, or you should have shaved it so low that I couldn't really tell. Girl, I saw I was like, what the hey Paul, hey P
Look at
Paul.
Johnny Mac talking about he young. He too young for all of us. But no, listen, I was dating this guy and I got along with this guy. I could say, let's do this, let's do that, and he be down for it.
Okay.
But what threw me off,
Uh-huh.
one day me and him went to the gas station and my dad pulled up in that gas station and my dad is just like his daughter. He came up to that man's truck and said, "What in the hell you doing with this old ass man?"
Oh,
Ooh, that threw me. And then, I dated him for like maybe, 2 or 3 more months later. But in the back of my mind, I was like, my daddy don't want me to date no old ass man. Just dumb listening to him.
how many years older was he
I
again?
think like 8 or 9 years.
Cause see, I would prefer dating someone that's no more than 10 years older, but I don't want to date someone younger at all. Now, if it's a quick little fling, yes. But for longevity, I prefer older. Because
And
I
see,
don't
that's
need you
what,
talking about the baby and city girls. What the hell is that you listening to? No.
yeah, see, that's me. And I don't want you to ask me why I'm all, I get in these moods sometimes. And if y'all don't know nothing about it, if you go on YouTube and you type in Forever Minds by the OJs, right?
Mhm.
And it's the video, it's the actual video of them performing the song and singing the song. And I don't know what it is about that fucking song and that video, but it does it for me every time. And I think that it have a whole lot to do with, like, we started this conversation out talking about your younger self versus your older self, right?
Mhm.
So I think that where I am today, it was indeed shaped by who I was back then. But I think that even my older self shaped and brought me up. It brought me up. It kept me out of a whole lot of dangerous situations. But
Hmm.
I can recall as a child, my favorite song being Brick House. So if you can't relate to me playing Brick House and Forever Mine, then we ain't got shit in common because that's what is gonna be played when I
Okay.
tell Alexa to play my song.
Okay. See, see, I want to go to the football game. I want you to. I need somebody young. I got young kids too. I'm not saying. I'm saying in their 40s. I'm not saying he could be 39.
But listen, Andrea, I
Mhm,
know when I went out on a date with somebody,
mhm,
after the split. So I
mhm.
had went out on a date with somebody and they was like, I have season tickets to the Falcons game. Do you
Okay.
want to go?
Mhm.
And I went out on a date with them and they were actually 52. And I had a great time. It's I had to kind of gear myself into doing that because like I said before, I had found that I was dating people who were at least 5 years younger than me. My first husband was right. Me and him, we grew up together, so we were the same age.
Okay.
We were the same age. We met at 16. We stayed together till I was 36. After 36, I was a wild child, baby. You couldn't tell me I wasn't no hoe. I had went and bought all the hoe clothes
At 36. At 36.
at 36 because I was new. I was free. I
Because you
didn't
didn't
have
know anything else but him.
Yeah,
Yep.
I ain't
Yep.
know nobody else but him.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I had never really, I was gonna say I ain't never cheat on, but yeah, I had cheated on one,
I've
twice.
been there.
But that's all I knew. We grew up together. We had been together since 16 till I was 36 years old. So when I told him it's a wrap, we through. No, don't come home. I ain't lying to you. I'm filing these papers. And I'm telling you right now, do not come home. It's over with. It's a wrap. It took him about a good month to stop coming home. But eventually he got it. And after that, after I figured out he wasn't gonna come by the house no more and he was gonna let me live my life, I told him to come get these goddamn pit bulls because I don't need them. We ain't breed no dogs no more together. And we I had went and got me a new wardrobe. I had actually started going out. I had actually started joining organizations where I can meet new people
Uh-huh.
and finding other things to do outside of the things that me and him used to do together. And that's when I started dating people that was a little younger than me. And they didn't wanna commit. And like Rebel said, they be calling you at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning and thinking they got a fucking cougar. Y'all know that's the
Okay.
running theme these
Yeah.
days. They on the damn TikTok talking about the cougars and
Yeah.
how the cougars be weighing that ass out. And in the beginning, it was fun, but I was like, listen, we got to set some boundaries because if I can't see you in the daytime, then so I cut it off.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. But I honestly, I could feel that because when I got divorced at 28, I changed my hair. I went to blonde. I started, get my body right, and man, you couldn't tell me nothing until was in my 30s. I was traveling and going on vacation and shit, just
Mm-mm.
because we've been. He was my everything. I got married to him. I was a virgin when I got married to him. We grew up together, so he was only 3 years older than me. But he was, but when I got divorced, oh man, it was only cracking. I couldn't I was free. I could wear low cut shirts. My dad used to say, "You look a hot mess with that low cut shirt on with that blonde Mary J. Black weed." I was like, "Yes, I love it."
Baby. But you know what? I think that I don't know if it's like this for women, but for me, when I was with one person for 3 years, and I felt such freedom. I
Mhm.
was with him, and it's like you break up before you're broken up.
Mhm.
You have checked out of the relationship a lot of times before it's actually over. So I was there, and I was so numb. When he left, I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel anything, but I felt like a weight had been lifted off me because this guy didn't have any type of a goal. He didn't have any. It was like he was content being where he was in life, and he didn't want to do anything else. And I felt like we had become stagnant. And I think that when you get that freedom, baby, I was a wild child. After we separated, one of my neighbors, we laughed about that. She said, I thought you had a drug house over there.
Ooh, ooh.
She thought I had a drug house because I had them pieces coming over. But
You was
I,
selling that dope.
baby, okay, because they was addicted to it like it was crack. But I started, I got that out of my system.
Yeah.
But I think that sometimes we sell ourselves short and we just start settling. And I think women are bad with down. I think women are bad with settling for a man when he should have been a temporary distraction. You sell yourself short
Yep.
because you little girls are molded to have a man. You know,
Mhm.
it's always about the guy. So
Mhm.
when you get someone, it's like a woman will stop going to school and pursuing her dreams and let the man do it. He finished school and he'll go get him a trophy wife and leave you with the kids.
Yep.
And you
Mhm.
know what? That was what happened with me in my first. I didn't ever really have jobs. I think what kind of made us grow apart is because I had stopped becoming dependent on him. To I started being like, no, okay, so yeah, you could pay the you could pay this, and let me just get the light bill or the I'll do the cable bill, because I went and got me a job because I wanted to show him that I wasn't so dependent on him. And then let me ask you this, Rebel. We already know Andrea got kids, but Rebel, you don't have kids, and I got a Sophie, right?
Mhm.
So do you, Rebel, see yourself in a long term relationship? Because like Johnny Mac said, when we reach maturity, we
Mhm.
should be looking for our life partner. So would you want to have somebody with children?
You know what? Because I've met people that had badass kids. I think that I would like to adopt one day,
Mhm.
and I would love to have one or two kids. But I'm not gonna be 65 or 70 with a little baby running around and I'm hurting because I can't keep up with you. But I do at alone two things. You're gonna have to be open to getting having kids, adopting, or you I can't date a person that don't like dogs.
I can't date nobody who don't like dogs either, because you're gonna
You
have to
know,
love Sophie, baby.
right. So I think that um a long-term relationship, I'm open to that. It's
And
just
the
I got to get out of this. I like going and coming when I want to, but I do like the
But
idea
see, the
of a
thing, I
relationship.
think Rebel, okay, so this is my thing. I don't think that being in a long term relationship stop you from being able to come and go when you please. And I feel like if you meet somebody who are on the same standards as you and have the same like mind, then you should still be able to do that. Honestly, when I was like, I don't know if you know this, but I told y'all in my first relationship, I used to have him drop us off at the club and he come back and pick us up, and
Mhm.
I would have
Oh,
my fun. And he knew like you can't hold nobody down.
Yeah.
And one thing that I learned from him was that he could never say that I cheated on him or anything like that. But he did tell me that he was born with a dick and not a pussy, so he can't control one. So,
okay.
okay, he said at Rebel, when someone wants to be with you, they can accept you in the completeness of who you are without wanting to change it. That's right. I feel like you can have
Yeah, I
that.
feel that.
I
Mm-hmm.
feel like you can have that. And I feel like if that's what, cause see, I don't want nobody who gonna say, "Oh, you always trying to paper craft," or "You always trying to you always worrying about staying at home and looking at Sean Bradley." See, that's gonna end the relationship.
You
Yeah, I
know,
feel the same way. Or if like I started a new show with somebody, or he gonna get met, or he gonna like not like because I said something about his team. I'm like, if that's the case, I'm gonna say about everybody's team. I don't
you,
like that.
I heard a friend of mine, I had to check her on this when she told me. So she met this guy.
Mm-hmm.
The guy told her, I would like you, but you're just too big.
Oh yeah, I heard you say that.
Mm.
Now, do you not know she still got with him and battled to lose weight? Now, why the hell would you get with someone if they have an issue with how you look when they meet you?
Mm-hmm.
See,
This
you
is who you
already knew
are.
I was a big bitch when you met me,
Okay, see that
so
part.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm not. If I'm content with who I am, this is who you're getting. This is
Yeah.
who you're not gonna make me a build a bear project. I'm not going to
But
let you.
if he like if they went exercising together, what you think about that?
The thing is, if I want to do it, but
Uh-huh.
you're not gonna try to be like, come go to the gym with me, because see, to me, my mind is gonna say, wait, hold up. He has an issue with how I look. This is who I am. If I want to go to the gym, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty health conscious, but it's on my terms.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the gym 5 days a week, that's you. I know what I'm getting, but you can't make people projects.
nope.
Yeah.
I'm not a project.
Yeah. I'm not project.
And that's what I say. I'm not a project and I'm not a experimental. You can't experiment on me. And I'm
What
not
if
going to
y'all?
experiment with myself.
Mm-mm.
What about this, y'all? If y'all met a guy and he told you, what if he told you he had curiosity toward guys, but he's straight?
No, thank you.
Rebel, I'm sorry, but
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Because I
listen,
mean, I can't compete.
Yeah, I
and
can't.
that's true.
And then I don't want you. Then I don't want you. Like I'm with you, and then you looking at some other man. Sure, no. Mm-mm. I need one who want to feel on a woman. He want to feel on me.
You know what? The girl, my friend, sister, her boyfriend told her he used to be gay. He
Mhm.
wasn't gay anymore. Y'all, she saw him feeling on me. I was knocked out sleep, had been drinking. He was in there playing with my snooch while I was asleep. And she peeked around the corner and saw him. And she was devastated, but she stayed with him. But the thing was, I feel that she was insecure because she was a bigger girl that wouldn't be deemed as attractive. And she got this guy that was in shape, attractive. He was using her for a place to stay.
Hmm.
And
Wow.
I felt he was still gay. And y'all, after he did that to me, he apologized some weeks later and he said, he had been drinking and he was sorry. He really but he ultimately left her for a guy.
And
Mm,
see, that's my okay. So
messed
I
up.
have a few issues with this dating thing, this online dating thing.
Uh-huh.
The online dating thing is that you never really know what you're gonna get. You might get Jeffrey Dahmer. Shit. So you might get that. And then you might also and the reason why I say I don't want to date anyone who is in their mid 30s, and because they still got little bitty kids. Either they got kids that are preteen or almost ready to graduate. And I can't compete with nobody else children.
But you know what, Scarlett, you are at a place that is hard for black women to date at in Atlanta.
And you know what? I kind of take offense to that too. Because I don't know why. I mean, like, okay, Rebel, you're in Houston, right?
Yes.
So you know that there are gay guys in Houston. You got your gay bars in Houston. I've never understood why they try and make Atlanta be the gay capital of the world.
You know what, my friends that stay there, let me tell you something, Scarlett. When I've been to Atlanta, you could go to the restroom at the airport and somebody's in there playing with themselves or putting their hand under their stall.
But they
I
coming from somewhere else.
but that could be true, but they're coming to Atlanta because that's where there are places in Atlanta that people go on their lunch break at, like houses that they freak at. It's just a lot more open, I think. That's why I never wanted to live in Atlanta. Now
But
I've
you
visited for a
probably got
weekend.
those type of locations where you live too.
We do have, let me tell you something, Houston got some holes in them, and I used to be one
Yeah.
of them, and still
And then the
sometimes.
thing is that everybody moved to Atlanta thinking that that's what they're gonna get. And then
Yes.
I can tell you this, Rebel. I do have a lot of gay friends that live here in Atlanta. Actually, see, I always have to take it back. But actually, when I was in second grade, we had a little boy in our second grade class. His grandmother used to allow him to wear dresses because he felt like he was a girl. And this was in 82. So she would allow him to wear dresses
Hmm.
on the weekend. And I remember, you know how you have to go get your shots when you go back to school? Well, we had to go get our shots to go back to school, and they was at the same place where we went to go get our shots. And he was in there with his little dress on. I haven't seen him to this day since we were like in elementary school. But yes, he was gay. But I'm pretty sure when you was your age, you knew how you felt. You knew what you were gonna be when you was grew up.
Yeah, I
Then
was looking under the little girls' dresses though, and
okay,
hunching. I
okay,
was a lesbian then.
you was a lesbian.
Yeah.
And then, when I was in high school, I had a friend. Everybody used to be like, "He gay. He gay." And he used to be like, "I'm not gay." Well, when we graduated from high school, he ended up doing drag shows. So all the time I would, defend him. He used to cry about it and I would defend him. So yes, there are gay people here, but there are gay people everywhere else.
And we do have a lot of gay people here, but I had never, Scarlett, let me tell you, when I've gone to Atlanta, it's a whole different world.
Because that's what you
Mhm.
coming to
Yep.
Atlanta for. Well, okay, like if I go to some of the neighborhoods that I grew up in, honestly, I wouldn't, I couldn't say whether or not this person is gay or that person is gay or not unless they actually told me. But if you come into Atlanta because you think that this is the gay capital of the world, then you gonna come here to go to some of the places that people told you to come to.
But I think that Atlanta is very progressive to be a southern place because I saw so many guys walking around with high heels. I had never seen that much like that here.
And that
I
has been recent. And
and
I want to say it's been over time, and I think it's because of the publicity that people give Atlanta.
baby, when I tell you I was at the club and this guy had some heels on and he flirted with me, I was like, "Hey sis, hey sis," but child, I go to the bathroom. He coming there with some red bottom heels on, with a tracksuit on. Now keep in mind, if you saw the upper part of the body, it was like a regular straight man. But when you got to them heels, I was like, what the
Mm.
girl? He got to that urinal and pulled that big old laughing at y'all. And I said, he ain't that bad looking. He kind of cute.
And I think that when you right, Queen, because I think that it wasn't nothing that I was searching for. So I remember that when I was younger and going out to the clubs or whatever, and I discovered that my friend wanted to do drag shows and do everything. They used to have this club here called Montrese. And it was mainly where all the black gays would go. But then when you go to like the Cheshire Bridge Road area and stuff like that, that's where a lot of um spas and stuff like that is.
Let me, Scarlett, when I went to my, so we're in Atlanta, and this was years ago. A friend of mine had a friend. He said, "Yeah, let's go to Piedmont Park." And I was like, "Bitch, it's 10 o'clock at night. What do you mean the park?" He's like, "Come on, y'all, let's just go walk at the park." And I was like, "Okay." I'm thinking I'm gonna go there, and it's like lit up, and it's like you see swans and stuff, and it's kind of like in New
True.
York.
But
Child, I go to
that's the area where a lot of people hang out. If you come to the Piedmont Park area right now, it's considered what we call Midtown Atlanta, right? And
mhm.
there's an intersection that has the rainbow. So, you know how you go to the intersection in the crosswalk?
Yeah,
It's the rainbow
we
on the
have that
cross.
here. We have that here too. Yeah.
So it is areas in Atlanta where you know where to go if you're gay, or and then I know that when it started being Atlanta is the Mecca, then I noticed that when we would go to the club, it would be gay people in our clubs too. So yeah.
Because people look at that. Atlanta is looked at as the black San Francisco.
Yeah.
That's what any
Yeah.
because it's more freedom. It's
Yeah.
more and it's more entertainment.
Mhm.
Everybody, it's more progression for black gay people to be able to, climb the ladder and just their my friend, if you see him, he looks straight. He goes to the gym, muscular, black, bald head, but he doesn't even like Atlanta because of that. He was like, I don't want to move to Atlanta, but he works, in the medical profession, and his base was there. He likes it now, but he's on the. People don't realize Atlanta has a lot of outskirts, a lot of suburb areas.
Yep.
Everybody don't stay in the city. His house is not in the base of Atlanta. It's out far. He's in Fairburn. You know where that's at?
Yep. That's where a lot of my family is from.
So he had a house built out there, and he likes it out there, and that's where I stay at when I go. But when I go to Atlanta, when I was going to Atlanta at 21 years old, which was a few years ago, I
Yeah.
I went there and I felt like, oh my God, there's so many black gay men here. It was on a whole different level than here. Houston has progressed, but Atlanta is way more progressed than Houston. And it's a lot of black gay people moved there because of that.
Well, I
Hello?
live on the outskirts of Atlanta too, and so I've been living on the outskirts of Atlanta for some years now. So honestly, I don't know how it is in the city, but I do know that they say that this is the gayborhood, and um they say that this is where it is, but like I said, they had to come from somewhere.
And you know what? I remember when we went to the park that night and we were walking. Child, this big old, I caught like a my 600-pound queen walk by,
Mm-mm.
and yeah, if I don't tell you, he had like some Daisy Dukes cutting all off in his cooter, and I was like, "So this what y'all be doing?" Baby, he walked and you couldn't tell him nothing, and baby, it was so much going on there that I was like, "So the police don't be raid? They don't raid here now? They do." I heard now that baby, they don't do everything they used to do back in those days, but Houston has that. So I do know Houston, it has that on a smaller scale, but it does have the same thing. But it's like in Atlanta, it's so many. I got hit on when I was in regular grocery stores or just at the mall. It's not the same like here. I don't get hit on like that just going to the mall. Atlanta is like, we're here and we're queer.
Mhm.
But let me ask you this: when you were in Atlanta and you were hit on at the mall, were you like with a group of friends?
I was maybe with like one or two other friends, but you would catch
What mall
they were
y'all was
more
at?
aggressive, huh?
mall y'all was at?
We were at Lennox, I think.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
remember, I remember coming to Atlanta and I had my hair cut short. Okay, cut all my hair off, cut it short. A woman hit on me. I was like, honey, I'm not gay.
But and then look, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. One day my friend, this was probably like I want to say around maybe 2006-ish, somewhere right in there. But my friend was like, since you get off work early, can you go by the school and pick my daughter up from school? And I was like, yeah, I do that. Baby, I pulled up and parked, and the kids started coming out. And I'm like, man, I don't know the girls from the boys. I don't know the girls from the boys. And I think that that's the point that I'm trying to make. You know, things has progressed.
What
And I think it's progressed everywhere. And I'm
it
not
has.
saying that it hasn't always been gay guys in Atlanta or, you know, but because I grew up with the person that did my hair when I was young,
Mhm,
he was gay. He
mhm.
was the one who my mom took me to flat straight my hair. So
Okay.
he was gay. And I knew he was gay
Mhm,
because I just knew he was gay as a
mhm,
child. And so I think that things has progressed. Like when I was telling you about my friend and they were saying that he was gay in high school, it was a rare occurrence that you would see somebody at your high school that was gay
mhm,
because nobody wanted to admit that they was gay. But like I said, just 2004, you could actually go to a high school and the boys are dressing like the girls and the girls are looking like little studs. So things has progressed.
What do y'all think about this? And I wanted to have this discussion.
Hi, Miss Ellington.
What did y'all? Hey, Miss Ellington. What do y'all think about Zaya, Dwayne Wade's and Gabrielle's daughter?
I
That's
ain't
true.
want to.
Yeah, but you didn't
Cause
see my
ain't
comment under
she
your
dating
video,
a girl who want to be a boy?
Rebel.
A boy. I didn't
You,
see it. No.
you didn't. I put a comment under your video.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? Okay. I don't have a problem. This is my what I think. And I just seen Dwayne Wade did an interview with a couple of NBA players and football players. He said he was dressed in his sister's clothes. I think they did that for shock value when it comes to that kissing. Because let me tell you something. At 14, my dad would kill me if he really saw me kissing
Uh,
somebody.
Yeah, same here.
And
Same here.
mine too.
we don't get down like that. So to me, I'm not saying that that Zaya gotta be hold back a little bit, but damn it, Gabrielle and Dwayne just letting her do anything and everything. I'm just like, what the hell?
And this is not. I told someone it's not a trans issue.
It's
It's
not.
just a grown ass child issue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
it's too high, too high.
and
Grown as
even
hell. Need an
so
ass whipping.
see, and that's what I would have got regardless.
me too.
Baby, you just couldn't do that kind of stuff in front of your parents, regardless to you being trans or whatever. You're still a child.
Yes.
My
And
child, let me tell you how I was. I used to be like, I don't like boys. When them little boys used to be in school trying to pass me them damn notes, I'd be like, I don't like boys because my dad ain't finna beat the hell out of me.
Baby. Okay. But I
I'm
used to get whoopings. My grandmother used to get on my behind because at vacation Bible school, I used to have a bunch of little girlfriends, like a little harem of girlfriends. And I'd
like
be
it was
hunching.
cute.
I was hunching and I was grown. And baby, I would think I've gotten off, but the church mothers, they would see my grandmother pull up and they'd be like, I'd be thinking I done got away. Baby, they'll come walking to the car. Miss Clara, I need to tell you what your grandbaby did today. And
mhm.
I used to sink in that bottom of that seat. And my grandmother said, when she was finished, she said, you know, I'm going to whoop your A when we get to that house. You know, I told you not to cut up. Baby, I used to get to the house, girl. I used to be so friendly and sweet. We go to the grocery store. I'd be like, Ma, you want this? I'm pushing a basket. Baby, when we get to the house, I'm thinking everything. She said, you might as well come in here because you know I'm finna get you finna get that ass whooped. And baby, I got so many whoopings, and I told people I think that's what made me have a slight lean into S&M as an adult.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but I just think that it's inappropriate. It's a child. Like they let her be grown. I mean she just doing too much. And I'm like, she's only 14. It'll be different.
Yeah.
She's 14. When I was 4, I remember my mom and daddy went on swear I'll babysit my sisters and brothers. But I had some of my friends come over and guys come over too. My mama came back to the house. I was like, oh, y'all go outside. Go outside. My mama gonna kill me. I said, Mama, what you doing back so early? She said, this is my damn house. I said, okay.
Okay, baby. So wait, okay. So what do y'all think about the trans woman that got the 2 inmates pregnant at the jail?
What?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
The trans woman that was locked up with 2 other inmates, she got them both. She knocked them both up.
Okay, so baby.
So wait a minute, they allowing trans women to be in the women part of the jail.
Yes.
See,
and I think, I'm not. Let me tell you something. Me as a gay man, I still don't agree with that because that's problematic. It's problematic.
How come they can't have their own wing?
That's what I would say. Yes, I would say, okay, have a floor for the trans women.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And see that, okay, now you said that made me think, because I remember I used to have an issue with the bathroom situation. I always say that you shouldn't have an issue with these people coming in here to use bathroom. They just using the bathroom. But what if this person wasn't even trans?
Okay.
And they were just saying they is trans, so they don't have to be in there with the men, and they can be in there with the women, so they can have sex with the women. And
because let me say, I'm on the fence with that, because I agree with you, because some people that are predators will use that and take advantage of it.
Yes.
But if somebody looked like T.S. Madison, I could see her going.
And see, that's the argument that I'm trying to say. I didn't ever, because sometimes people would always use that and say, no, they a predator. And I used to be like, no, if they trans, then they trans. Let them people use the bathroom. And then they say, well, I don't want my children to be in there. And I be like, they going in there to pee. But
and
now that you said that could be like predator type stuff.
Because I think, first off, a trans woman that's passable. If a trans woman have breasts and look like a woman, I don't see her going into a man's bathroom. That could be a problem. But I say, if you look like somebody uncle that's threw their grandmother wig on with a sundress on, now you don't need to be going into the women's bathroom. No.
I look at too much true crime.
Okay, I do too. Right. Yeah, I think, and baby, this trans woman, they showed the picture of the trans woman. The trans woman doesn't look like a trans woman to me.
No.
And got 2 inmates pregnant. I'm like, see, this right there, this is the problem. And I had this discussion with my friends. I'm one of those people. I don't think trans women should compete in sports with biological women. I don't agree with that, because a trans woman has a physical advantage over a biological woman.
Yep. They should have their own league. They should have their own league. They should be in a prison with their own floor for the trans women. And now this is gonna be problematic for the prison now, because he got 2 women.
So wait a minute, they were in prison or county?
They in prison.
Prison.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
And 2 of them is knocked. 2 ladies are knocked up.
That's a hell of a conversation to have with your family. And they be like, girl, how did you get pregnant? And you pregnant?
Because they going to blame it on the guard.
Yeah.
Well, how are you going to blame it on the guard?
Because that happened a lot too.
That does happen a lot, yeah.
The guard sleeping with the prisoner too.
Yeah.
I know someone that lost her job because she started a relationship with an inmate.
Yep. And this a girl on TikTok. She would be telling stories about when she was a prison guard and the things that used to happen.
Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, when I when I go like on the gay apps,
Mhm.
shout out to Jacked and Grinder. But when I get on Jack, sometimes to check my email, it's a trans woman hit me up. And she was like, she said, "Oh, you're attractive." I said, "Thank you." And I
Will
kept
you
moving.
date a trans?
Who you dating?
No,
Cause
uh-uh.
it's too much like dating a woman, right?
Yeah, I don't want y'all. I have a problem. I dated a guy and I found out he did drag. And
Mhm.
I like gay men. I like you can be a little effeminate because we all are at a certain point, but I don't I'm not attracted to femininity like that. I can say women are beautiful, but I'm not attracted to a guy like if he has like really, really arched eyebrows and we could be friends. That's it. I don't like and I don't want you to be so thuggish. I want a gay man. Be a gay man. That's it. You can have feminine traits, but if
Would you
you
date a stud?
no. Mm-mm. But let me tell you what the new thing is, y'all.
You wouldn't date a stud either?
No, let me tell y'all what the new thing is. The new thing is when I go on the hub, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all, it's a lot of FTMs having sex with gay men.
What's that?
You don't know what an FTM is?
No, I don't know what
No.
that is. What's that?
Okay, a FTM is a female to male.
Wait,
Y'all,
so they was a female, but they turned to a man.
They turned to a male.
right. They probably had top surgery and had the breast removed.
Mhm.
Um, and also they still have a vagina.
Ooh.
So
Oh.
I see the videos on the hub, it's actual gay porn guys that are having sex with FTMs.
So that's a female that
That
got
looks like them.
breast
It's
removed,
almost like they having sex with a stud.
Oh, okay.
but
Okay.
they don't have breasts.
But they don't
Right,
have breasts.
Okay, so
right.
Sean, you can do that with no titties on your back.
You know what? Sean gonna fight you, girl.
Yeah.
uh-uh. But
So
I think that when I see that, it kind of, when I first saw it, my
mhm.
head was just, I was like, wait, hold up.
You confused, right?
What? You're a gay performer. Why are you sleeping with someone that looks like a man, but they are technically born a woman? That's like even when the trans girls argue and they'll say, if a man like us, that doesn't mean he's gay. If he sleep with us, that doesn't mean he's gay. But
And I
at
think
the
that's a
root of
bunch
it,
of
you were born
bullshit.
a boy. He's still sleeping with someone that's a biological man. Even though your physical appearance looks like a woman now, you were born, your insides are a man's insides.
So let me ask you this: if they go all the way right and they get the surgery, I mean they do the whole change, and they do all the hormones, have the surgery, and all of that. Do that, and we all know that deep down inside they're still a man. But do that make the man that choose them be gay? Because they done did everything. So this person probably living their life as a woman and they don't know that they were ever a man.
I could see that if they never knew that person was a man, but that's almost like with me. I couldn't be with a trans person. I mean, a trans person that went through the surgery and had the bottom surgery.
Uh-huh.
And even if she became a he and has a penis,
Mhm.
I would still feel that feminine energy that I'm not interested in.
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Do you think if it was say you on the blind date and she was a trans woman, should she tell you off that?
I think so.
Very
Yes.
broad.
Yes. Because if I'm interested, let me tell you something. It's with us even as gay men.
Uh-huh.
When we go on a date with someone, from
Uh-huh.
that first date, you kind of know if a person's a top or a bottom.
Okay.
Because that's problematic. Because you could be with someone if you're a top and you're dating another top,
Mhm.
that's gonna be a problem. Because all y'all gonna be doing is sword fighting. And then if you're a straight bottom and you date another bottom, all y'all gonna do be bumping y'all cooches. So you do have to have that conversation to know if you're interested in a person, to even know if you're gonna take it further.
So do you think that's across the board with everybody? Like let's say if I'm on a blind date and I met somebody, he's supposed to be a man, but actually he was a woman. Do you think we have a right to know?
I think so. If that's because I think it's misleading
Me
to
too.
someone.
I do.
Because we need to cover this because a lot of trans girls get killed they've been killed
Yeah.
throughout the years because of
Yes,
that.
yes, I agree with that. They're definitely. So that's why I said I feel like you should be honest of that. So somebody asked me, Andrea, if you met a blind date and she was he was a trans person and they didn't tell you. I said no, I wouldn't talk to that person because number one, you should say I'm not into that. Number two,
Lie.
you're lying. You should be telling the truth. I'm not.
Right.
Tell the truth.
Yeah, I wouldn't because physically, yeah, I have saw some studs that I thought was fine as hell and looked really good. But I found out that was a stud. I said, well, damn, I couldn't be with a stud. Now I have some of my gay friends would mess around with a stud. I'm not one of those gay men. And I tell people I laugh about like captivating Christian. I say, listen, we're captivating identifies as a bisexual. Now, Scarlett, you and I can sit down, we can lay in the bed and watch Golden Girls and eat cheesecake.
I can't lay
Now,
in the bed with Captivate because he gonna want some of this good.
okay, right. You're gonna be pregnant. 9 months later, you're gonna have a little Cap running around because Cap will get the coochie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there are gay men that like drag queens.
But I think that also have a thing to do with generational too, because it's the norm.
Yes.
Like I couldn't see me dating a bisexual guy.
Me either.
You know what the trans
You
girl
couldn't even tell me the truth.
Yeah.
And say,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm bisexual, but I do love me some good old coochie every now and then. But you also want your little dick too.
Yeah.
But let me tell y'all, there are some gay men that don't like some gay men don't like to be, they don't bottom ever. They like men, but they don't want nothing touching they.
I have an old coworker like that. He identified as gay, but he only, and this is what he told me. I can't say whether or not he was telling the truth or not, but he told me that he identified as gay. But he said that he's on, and he had actually, as a younger gentleman, he actually was with a woman and they had a child together. But he was like, that's the only time he ever had sex.
Well, yeah, and let me tell you, I have friends that have children. That have two of my closest friends each have a daughter, and they were each married at one time. My one friend that stays in Atlanta, he was married. Both of his parents were pastors. His father was so homophobic, but you were so homophobic, but you got three sons from three different women, and they all gay.
So
yeah, that's some genetics. But my friend told me he was with the woman and he loved her to a certain extent, but he wasn't in love with her. And she came home early from work on her lunch break and caught him in bed with a guy.
Baby, I will slap the shit out of him. He would be
Baby, let me tell you something.
Wow.
I remember I done ran out a back window with one pants leg on and my shoes on wrong. But and it wasn't with a bisexual person. It was with a guy that had a big old humongous queen as a partner. And that big old thing came. I wasn't finna let that rhino run me into a wall. But
because she finna fuck you up.
Scarlett, I told the story. Why this queen had a little 22 pistol and was shooting it in the air and I was running down the alley. So
wow.
But y'all, the trans girl that hits me up on the app. And she's like, she said, you attractive. And I was like, thank you. And she would always say, she said, I got a big dick. I said, okay. And she said, she's a top. And she's a top and she has children. She has 2 kids that she had with a stud. And the kids are teenagers now. But this trans woman, I knew her from years ago. I knew her before she really transitioned. but now she's transitioned. It's years and years later when I ran into her again, but she is a strict top and have some big old double D breasts.
That sounds like some T.S. Madison shit.
Okay? Because see, let me tell you, I came across T.S. Madison online when she was the big D diva. And I was like, what the hell am I looking at? But I didn't go anywhere. Strangely enough, I stayed there for about 10 videos. But there are a lot of queens like that. There's some gay men, and there are some gay men that look like big old football players and they strict bottoms.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, wait, who cutting up some potatoes?
Baby, I am doing these.
It's that like Scarlet is
doing these bell peppers because I'm finna make me some fried cabbage with some bell pepper, onion, and some with some bell peppers, onion, and some smoked sausage.
Well, I'm gonna throw me some chicken nuggets in the microwave in a few.
Oh,
but so I think that I think it's so when we have these conversations, it's such a broad spectrum because women, just like y'all, most women will say they won't date a bisexual man at all, but men will date a bisexual woman.
Yeah, they will.
Yes, they think it's okay. They think it's. I asked my friend that he said he dated a bisexual woman.
And so he say that because I think that's a thing for some straight men. They want to have a relationship with women, and they call it a threesome. But when you have, I be trying to figure out why these men be doing these things where they call it running a train on a woman, and then you and this nigga y'all sword fighting the goddamn coochie. How you gonna be sword fighting the coochie and you straight?
I've seen that.
Have y'all ever heard of that?
I've seen it. Yes, I've seen that on the hub. But I
got to go out and come back in.
What happened? Hello? Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I just don't understand how you date a bisexual woman. I really don't get that. I'm a straight man.
But you know what? I think that it's so many gray areas when it comes to sexuality. And some people are very they're open to that. Now, I am a traditional, listen, I will date a guy and we could be sexually fluid with each other, but I don't want to date I won't date a trans woman, or I don't want to date someone that's that looks like a woman at all.
Okay.
So I mean,
tell me what's a fantasy why a straight guy would date a bisexual woman?
Because they have that fetish, they have that fantasy of being with two women.
They have a fantasy of being with two women. I had to go out and come back in, y'all, because oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I had my alarm went off, so it kind of knocked me out of the conversation. But what I was saying was, I think they have a fantasy of having sex with two women. But did y'all hear what I said? What about when two men? Because they call it a threesome when it's two women and a man.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about a train? You were saying a train, about a train.
So when it's two men and a woman, or a group of men and a woman, they call it they running a train. But I feel like that's kind of odd and weird too, because don't talk about my kitchen like that. Yeah, I'm kind of scared of it. But I think that's weird too, because it's a whole lot of men who's supposed to be straight on one woman. And y'all in there butt naked, slanging peas.
But you know what? I think that when I've had this conversation with like my female friends and family, I don't think that women are aware that there's a lot of bisexual men that you just aren't aware of, because I've been approached by so many bisexual men when I've worked on different jobs, guys that I knew their girlfriends, and just they approach us because they could tell something about us that we're gay. We don't know if a man is bisexual because he looks like he's a straight man. So I wouldn't approach a person that I don't know their sexuality. But I've been approached so many times throughout the years by guys that, y'all, I saw this guy, me and him messed around on a regular for like a year or two. I ran into him at the mall. Why is he pushing a stroller with his 4 kids and baby mama?
They ain't got a clue.
And she
see, I'm
had
telling
no
you,
clue.
that's what made me scared with this whole dating thing. And I really want to find me some. I'm gonna tell y'all what I really want, but I'm scared of this too. I really want to find me somebody who an over the road truck driver. And on the weekend, I just jump in the truck, me and Sophie, and we just see the world,
Yeah.
see the country. But it kind of scared me because a whole lot of these over the road truck drivers be serious damn killers.
Yeah, and I think sometimes those truck drivers, baby, it be going down at those truck stops a lot of times too.
Yep. And then they said that before social media, if you was a truck driver, you could have 3 families. But now it's hard because everybody get on social media and put up their pictures. They think they the only wife. You have another damn family over and got dang on the next state over. And
Social media has made it easier to cheat. Definitely.
social media has made it easier to cheat. And social media has also made it hard for you to cheat. Because if you meet somebody that ain't gonna play the radio with you, you gonna be like that man I seen on the video the other day where he was caught in the Walmart at the self checkout, and he was caught with another female, and she came and told him take them goddamn shoes off. I bought them shoes.
Oh,
I was like, wait a minute. Just leave them alone, girl. And they were video recording it. I was like, no, just leave him alone.
it ain't worth it.
No.
But yeah, I think that they do. A person could be on a date with you and be on a dating app answering, messages.
So so let me ask you this. What do you find unattractive when it comes to conversation? Can you conversate with people across social media and have chats with them? Or are you like a telephone type person?
I would prefer to talk on the phone with you instead of texting if I'm getting to know you. But I noticed that let me send this message out to all the Nigerians and men from Africa.
Because they be at me too.
Stop hitting my damn Stop hitting my DMs up. Stop hitting me up on Facebook in my DM. Listen, I'm in Texas, Houston, Texas, in America. How the hell are we gonna have a relationship and you in Nigeria? You're in Lagos, Nigeria.
They want some money, baby.
But see, and I think what it is like with them now, they know that we could get married. So it's easier. Now, oh my God, the men could get married. The gay men can get married.
Green card for you, boo.
Okay, I'm good. But I do think, let me tell you I think a turn off is a person that can't have a conversation. If you can't have a conversation, but you're always on social media, I can't talk to you on the phone, but you're always posting pictures on social media. That's a problem with me. Yeah, because I need to be able to convey. I need to see if I'm talking and have a conversation, I need to hear the tone of your voice.
Yes.
I need to hear that I can't tell a tone by a text.
Yep. I don't know if you cuss me out or if we laugh.
Thank you.
Okay. Right.
And it's a lot of people that and I wouldn't mind doing a video chat. Can we video chat?
Right.
I want to see what's going on in the background.
Do y'all ever watch this show? And this one of my guilty pleasures is 90 Day Fiance.
My
I
girlfriend actually
haven't
watches
never
that
watched
shit.
it.
I can't stand that. I don't like that. She
Y'all,
loves
it be those people be getting used by these foreign people, and
it. Yes.
this woman, okay, so you're a white woman that's trying to, you're 60 years old and you're trying to date this 35-year-old guy from Ghana.
Mm,
Oh, I
It's
saw a story like that.
35?
He was taking
yeah,
her for all her money, wasn't he?
yeah, and then some of these guys they meet these, or some of these older men be meeting these girls from the Philippines or some Asian country, and they are getting used.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I saw it, and there was this lady, but she was on Dr. Phil,
Mm.
and they were like, they, and Dr. Phil, her family, everybody was like, he's scamming you. He don't want to be with you. He's scamming you, and she just could not believe them, and it was so embarrassing. Like, oh my God, you want a man that bad, and the things that he would write her would be like, I need you to go ahead and just send me them $50,000 because this, and this. And I'm like, what?
But y'all, this friend of mine, I love my friend, but I think that he met a guy from Nigeria. He's been in a relationship with this guy for like 5 years. Y'all have never met in person. And then all of a sudden, the guy is starting up a business. Why have you been sending this guy $2,000 a month?
Mm.
What?
And me and my friends were pissed off, and we told him about that. And I told this friend, I said, are you, do you have self-esteem issues?
Yep. It
I
got to
said, what is
Wow.
it? Why are you doing this?
And
He's
they've been
starting a
together
business.
5 years?
5 years. And
I
I
ain't
told
never
him,
met him.
Yeah, he ain't
never
never
met.
seen it?
No, they've like video chatted before.
And the thing is, it's not hard for them to come to the United States.
I was just
Hell,
gonna
if
ask
you
you.
can scam your ass, get $2,000 a month, then you could buy you a $2,000
Okay.
movie ticket.
Wait, see, Scarlett, I told him what you're saying, y'all. I said, dude, if you're spending this money every month, why don't you just get him a plane ticket and let him come here? I said,
KLM
because
fly. Let me tell you something. KLM fly out of Houston, Texas to Amsterdam to Lagos. And then this is what they do. See, I was just talking about this. I don't want to talk about these people like this because I know we in different cultures and stuff. But they'll come to the United States and have their babies
Yep.
and get their birth certificate, and they forever tied to the United States. And I already know. And then when it's time for them to pay for the ticket for the baby to go back, they be mad as I don't know it. Like, you think that baby gonna get on the airplane for free?
and you know what? I think that sometimes these guys from like Nigeria and stuff, they target a certain type of person, and a lot of times these guys are muscular, just well built, attractive. When they hit me up on Facebook, I'll be like, I'm not interested. No, thank you. I'm
No,
good.
thank you. They
I'm
be
good.
getting at
I'll
me
pay.
too.
Mm-mm.
Especially Instagram. They be all on my Instagram. They be on my Facebook Messenger. I block them. I don't want none of it. No
And
thank
why are
you.
you? It's called. Why the hell are you trying to call me on Facebook? That's so rude to me,
Yep. I don't even know you. Get off my Facebook.
baby. I'll be for end call. And
Block.
that's what Johnny Mac. We said that, but I'm scared for my friend to get a ticket and go over there because it's more dangerous for him to
Mm-mm.
go there as a gay
I wouldn't
person.
go over there either.
So I would say if you're giving him money every month, y'all, this friend and me and my other friends have got on him, and we've had deep conversations. You done looked up and you done sent this man $20,000,
Yep.
and I told him, I said, what you need to do, if you're gonna give him this money, make sure he get his passport and let him come. I said, because This man met you, and when he met you, he's telling you about your body. He asked my friend, "How long have your stomach been that big?"
What?
Uh-huh.
Oh hell no.
How long has your stomach? And I told my friend, I said, dude,
A month. You said two.
he's picking out physical parts of you already. If you get around, and then y'all, when this guy has called him and they've been camming, why does he ask about us? Like, if we're in the background and he'll talk to him, he'll say, "Oh, put your friend on, put your friend on." Like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And I'd be like, "Hello,
Mm.
hi," and walk off. But I
And
told
you
my
don't see
friend,
the red flags.
I told him, I said, "Don't you be a fool and get used." I said, "You always talked about people. You talked about the girlfriends that you had that had guys that were locked up in prison. Don't you realize this is the same thing with you? It's like he's in prison and you're like the girl that's dating a prisoner and the guy telling you he want to be with you and he get out and be with you 2 weeks and gone."
Mm. Yeah, they be want some
Mm-mm.
money on their books.
Yeah, they be one baby. I told my friend, I said, "Honey, will you promise me this year, if you don't see this guy in person, that you will just call it quits. Cut your losses. You've lost $20,000, baby. That's just a lesson learned. If you don't make up excuses, because every year it's been an excuse why he can't come."
I had one guy, and I knew he was from like I think he was from Accra, but I had caught played with him for a little bit, and I had caught him up in his lies or whatever. But he kept telling me that he was in Amsterdam. Now I do know that they moved to Amsterdam, Paris, and London. They do. I just figured out they be moving to Ukraine too, cause they was sure getting up at the border. But he kept sending me this picture of this white guy and saying that he stayed in the Netherlands, and I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
And then so he was like, doesn't that attract you? Doesn't I was like, mm-mm. And then he said one thing, and I was like, okay, so where you from? You from Ghana? You from Nigeria? Where you from? Y'all gonna have that big Christmas thing over in Nigeria this year? I might come. And he
Oh,
was like, "Oh, you been to the the celebration? It's a celebration they have like around Christmas." I was like, "I might come." And honey, he just went to spreading where he was in Lagos, and I was like, what you want? Can you tell me what you want?"
that's what you said to him?
Yeah, I asked him, "Can you tell me exactly what you want? I want to know what you want.
Okay.
I want to know, cause I mean, you playing games. They play. And I was talking about that on my earlier live about how it's certain people that actually, you know, they force for people to actually con. They know the individual, like Mr. Johnny Mac said, fishing. They know what they looking for, so they have these particular type of people that they target. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, I'm just not that girl. You can't get me that quick.
Like, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm straight, baby.
Hey, Scarlett, I gotta go because I'm meeting up with some friends tonight because it's Pride weekend here. Um, but I've
Baby, we
enjoyed
done been on here for 3 hours and seven
the
minutes.
okay. Yeah, we did a part-time shift. We did a part-time job.
I talk
Uh,
about these hoes. They be talking about they been on here for 7, 8 hours.
uh-uh. Mm-mm. So y'all, I'm gonna go, but we're gonna have to do this again, and come up with some topics, Scarlett, and we can have some discussions.
Okay, and I did leave my email up under, so if you want to pre-game it, we can pre-game it. Just
I will
email
do.
me, and I'll probably give you my contact information. You can call me, and we can come up with topics or things that we want to talk about, so that we can have a conversation with the audience too.
That's
Andrea,
good.
I
So
think you.
y'all have a good day, and we will talk later.
All right, you can just
All
drop down,
right. Bye. Okay.
Andrea. Thank you so much for coming up here and giving me your insight on the topics that we spoke about. I had a wonderful time with you all today. I'm finna go ahead and fry this cabbage up because I am doing cabbage, turkey wings, cornbread, and some. I don't know what the other side gonna be, but I've been craving this cabbage. So yeah. But thank you, Andrea. Do you have anything you want to say to the audience before you leave? Andrea,
Yes,
hello?
yes.
You on mute, babe? Okay.
I'm not here. Okay. Y'all have a nice evening, okay?
And y'all go over and follow Rebel Sun and Andrea Lynch. Her channel is It's All Hot Air. And of course, Rebel Sun is Rebel SON. And I do thank you all for watching. You all have a wonderful rest of your day. And Mr. Johnny Mac, I appreciate you for sitting in here and dealing with the foolishness, baby. But I love y'all. Have a good day.